Transition. We're here.
Oh,
Hi.
y'all doing all right today?
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome back to the Inquisition by Adventures and Initiative. I am your lovely host, Dibby the DM, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful cast of players. Say hello, players.
Hello, players.
Oh my God, come to be tradition. So, we're all excited to be getting back into the world of quiz today, but before we do that, just a couple of little quick housekeeping items. Yeah, a little. First of all, the audio that you will be hearing today is provided by the wonderful folks over at tabletopaudio.com, a completely free audio sharing, like soundboard music sharing website that provides audio for Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop experiences. They have soundboards for any kind of setting, and they have ambient music for even more than that. So today I will be using the DM Tools soundboard to hopefully enhance the experience, and hopefully it'll work for you guys too. We will still be using our lovely music for the stream provided by other folks, of course, but we're going to be trying this out today and it'll be fun. What else? We don't technically have our sponsors lined up for this show other than like the channel sponsor. Unless our Geeky Clean and Tactical Tokens.
Geeky Cleans is everybody.
Right?
I think Tactical Tokens is more towards Valmira because we do a live action,
itself,
or we do the live map. It's just Valmira has been around since it was just the one stream, so
exactly.
Tabletop audio works with your Amazon Alexa device.
Yeah.
Oh
Really?
my goodness!
That you're telling
It's
me that
dope.
players?
Listen, it's free. It's free.
It's
and
totally
it's free
free.
use.
Yeah.
I just enabled the skill on my Alexa.
It's
Oh my
dope.
goodness.
Okay.
Be careful with that, though. Oh my God! I just had it. Where did I put it? What happened? Oh my gosh!
I don't know.
Oh,
I never know
Discord.
what's happening.
There it is. Discord. There it is. Adventures in Initiative would like to very quickly thank Geeky Clean for sponsoring the channel. They have a wonderful line of nerdy hygienic products like bath bombs, shower fizzers, and all kinds of wonderful stuff like that. Just Dice soap and Dice bath bombs. You ever wanted to have a free paradise? You ever wanted to have a free set of dice come out of your bath bombs? Well, there you go. You can go to Geeky Clean, and they're always open to communication about allergy.
Here, I thought you were gonna say you ever had a free pair of dice come out your butthole. I mean, if you ain't safe, might happen.
You just gotta be careful.
How is that not their tagline though? Our bath bombs give you a pair of dice with a slice of paradise.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Awesome. Geeky Clean, hit us up.
They
So use the code ANIPOD for your next purchase and receive 5 to 10% discount. That discount grows for every time the code is used. Thank you for the sponsorship. That's ANIPOD, ANI pod. The letters ANI pod for 5 to 10% off your next purchase. Thank you, Geeky Clean, for sponsoring the stream. And without further ado, let's just hop into the recap. So,
Well, shouldn't we introduce who we are?
of course, go through that real fast while I find some good music.
Let's start with Gearspark, shall we?
Okay. I'm Gear Sparks. I play Tesla Fastbender, who is on the search for who is undermining her business. She's pretty much found them out. We'll see what she does with that information next. I am Gear Sparks on all social media, TikTok, Twitter, and my own Twitch channel, which I also have a D&D podcast. Well, it's on YouTube right now for Cyberpunk.
Very nice, very nice. How about Dadley?
I'm Dadley Jenkins. I'm playing Zog Ferryman, a paladin who owns a damn boat.
Are you a paladin? You're a cleric.
I'm a cleric.
He said that with so much confidence too.
Wow.
I did.
He's a
Paladins and clerics are like
Confidently
the same thing, right?
incorrect.
Foreshadowing. He might press.
Oh boy.
Dude, if I multi-class, it's gonna be into something stupid. Like,
Simple, elegant, brilliant. Dono.
Hi, I'm Donna the Cleric. You can find me on all TikTok, or all websites.
all of TikTok.
All of TikTok. I'm
TikTok,
currently
only Donna.
All
growing.
of it.
Yeah.
Just all of it.
There is no TikTok.
You
Only
can find me on
Dono.
TikTok and Instagram. I don't use much else besides that. I also run everything here on Adventures Initiative, but I am playing Sundial, a Warforged completely made of just trash and an orb in the center of him.
Pretty much.
He's a child, but also a thing. So yeah,
I think most children are a thing.
yeah, that's true.
Fantasy?
I thought they were a place.
No, we all know that a noun is a person, place, or thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a noun. Fantasy.
I'm Fantasy. I'm playing Willow, the beautiful little fairy. That's 2 feet. I have a TikTok and Instagram that don't have anything on it yet.
You need to start doing your dice reviews that we talked about doing.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, that would be awesome.
yeah.
You have so many
What would
dice.
her review be?
I bought
though?
more.
She fails with all of
More?
Oh boy.
Listen,
All,
she
all
needs
the
to start
reviews end
doing
with
them.
that one.
Yeah.
Our
She
our
needs to-
resident dice addict.
Yeah, she needs to start
Yes.
doing them so dice companies start sending her dice and be like,
Oh,
these
yeah.
ones will give
That'd be
you
the
20s.
dream. Dream.
Critical dice.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
I was looking at them too, so but hopefully in April I'll start. We'll see.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Reese.
Hi, I'm Reese. You can find me on Instagram at Reese McPeak1191, and there's links there to all my other socials as well as my own podcast that I have going there for movie reviews and spiritual topics,
Yes.
among other things. And I'm playing today my Air Genasi, Quinlan, who's just along for the ride at the moment on the shenaniganry that's going on in Queez.
And last but not least, Monk.
The one, the only, the drunken monk, the pervy sage. You can buzz on over to TikTok and find all my cheesy, cringy D&D pickup lines.
Oh
I am playing. They are very cringy. Oh my gosh, man!
But like kind of hot in a weird way.
My son just asked.
I
what
mean,
are
they're
Only
pickup
you,
lines.
Dudley.
lines.
Only you.
I am playing Damon, the Mark of the Shadow, elf rogue.
And he has been an absolute blast so far.
I've stolen
And
a couple of times.
with all of those introductions out of the way, the last thing I'll say
What
before
about
we get
you?
into the recap is that
What about
we're well,
a
I
person here?
okay, well,
Thought
okay.
it was a thing.
You have a fair point. Listen, so we already went through this. I'm a noun. All right. So
But are you?
hi, So I'm Dippy the DM. I'm slowly like experimenting with changing my username to the DNDOP on some platforms. On Instagram, it's literally just my real name. But I have a link tree on my TikTok, which is Dippy the DM. So just go there and go nuts. And I'm also playing on the main game on this channel on Saturdays and hashtag Dono Talk. And, I'm on TikTok and it's kind of on Instagram and I got a lot of things and I don't use all of them, but I'm happy to be your host for this show.
Not to tangent too hard right before we begin. We all met on TikTok and talk about TikTok like we're old people. We're like,
Yeah.
over there on the TikTok.
No, the Dono Talk.
The Dono Talk.
In November of 2018, I started on TikTok as one of the first.
No, yeah.
What'd you say?
It was like three
Quit
and a half
telling
years
everyone
ago
I'm
now.
dead.
Yeah.
Quit telling them.
Oh my God. When TikTok was
TikTok.
basically just the rebrand of Musical.ly.
I remember when his
Yeah.
stuff was on the For You page. Stop telling everyone I'm dead. It's like I
Anyway, moving on. So, the last thing I'll mention before we move into the recap is that we are in audio form. That's right. All of our episodes of this show, The Inquisition, will be on podcast platforms everywhere, thanks to our lovely podcast manager, Dadley, over here.
That's my job.
Yeah, he'll be taking care of audio only versions of these uploads, and they'll be split into two parts. If you want to watch them in full, you can go to the YouTube channel, or you can listen to them on your favorite podcast platforms very soon. So we already have the first two episodes up, which is technically part 1 and part 2 of the first episode. So we'll have that caught up eventually. Anyway, oh, and there's my alarm telling me time to start. So
Your alarm to start is a half hour after stream?
that was for my original start time of the old game. This is, but it's a good reminder for me. So let me go back to my tools here. Turn a little. So last we left off, we had just boarded our friend Zog's boat, the Toad Skipper, and traveled upriver towards the port of the town of Moran, where we found the floating marketplace of the town of Moran and explored it a little bit for information regarding Tesla's newfound competition in the area, who the numbers have been put together for the most part, we hope. But last session was just a wonderful time with a huge party split and drinking and arm wrestling and buying animals from what could very probably be a animal something or other, just an animal vendor who might not be so happy-go-lucky as he presented to our party originally, but we're not going to worry about that right now.
Oh, and magical items were bought.
And magical items were bought. Information was had.
People were
robs were made.
Yeah, people were robbed. So
I can't help but think that maybe we forgot to do something, but
which brings us to the current moment.
Where we all die.
Everyone dies.
Everyone gets pushed into the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's just everyone died. Okay.
Oh, what did you just hit?
That was a critical hit. Anyway.
We should not have given Dippy access to a soundboard.
So, in this current moment, we are all reconvening onto Tesla, who had previously done a little bit of scouting, into the residential district. And as you are all coming back together, Tesla and Quinlan were the pairing of that little pairing, and you notice the other four reapproaching you two with a moss cat, a tiny caiman, and a pidgeot. A bird on their persons. And it's just, you had a feeling that it was inevitable, but here they are. Oh, and by the way, everyone has should at some point in this session, or should at some point, very soon, maybe over the course of gameplay, randomize more gold for themselves, because I forgot about the random gold that you start with at the beginning. So You can do it on D&D Beyond, or you can
I think I'm the only one that did that at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. So that's why Sundial was so incredibly like rich compared to everybody else, is because he's the only one who did it correctly. So through no fault of anyone else's own.
Yeah.
So
Technically, my character has already spent her beginnings.
that's true.
Sundial has nothing to spend it on until just this moment. So he's like, I'm going to get a cat.
Yeah, he got a cat. He got a musk. So the group reconvenes. What do you do?
Should we leave the animals on the boat while we go do things, or are they staying?
Do you want them to get? I don't. It's up to you. I mean,
Ripples is not leaving my shoulders. Oh yeah, no. Zog right now has a very tiny caiman. Is that the word we keep using?
Yeah, mini caiman.
A mini caiman just on his shoulders now. His name is Ripples. He is not leaving me ever again.
I do not know. Is a caiman? Is that the gator?
Caimans are like they're like right between crocodiles and alligators, and they're typically smaller. But this one is even smaller than smaller.
I'm looking this up.
I have to transfer our random encounter numbers over to my next page of notes.
So what did y'all do? Me and Damon really just arm wrestled. We got some. We know something that's happening. But like, did y'all figure anything out?
Yeah, I went to a client of mine who apparently was thinking of going to the new competitor, but he gave me all the information I needed to find out who this competitor is, and apparently it was Guy that was on your boat not more than a couple months ago.
Dadley, roll a history check.
I did. Roll a
history check. Zog, roll a history check.
That one.
Oh, you don't remember why that name is important right now? Sundial.
Bradley, no, I'm going to his wedding.
Yes.
I don't remember I'm going to a wedding.
Yeah, Bradley, you remember, but Zog doesn't.
So
not at this point.
What is Sundial doing?
Zog is more preoccupied with the new caiman he got.
I just had somebody personally message me saying, Dono, is Sundial a joke character? Sundial is not a joke character.
What?
Sundial.
Sundial's
Who messaged you asking if Sundial was a joke?
A friend that's watching this? Hi.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We'll unpack that off stream.
He does ask what is the purpose
of a father?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to ignore the possible joke aspect.
He's not
of
a joke character. He's just full of jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny to play him, but he is not a joke. He is a literal character that I'm playing that I wanted to play. I love
It's
him.
like those. It's like, you know, Barry, the kobold barbarian that you make at the beginning of the game, who's a complete and total joke, but by the end he's the most serious one.
But
like,
what is Sundial rolling again? Sorry, that was a tangent.
You can roll a history check too if you'd like. And Tesla, go ahead.
I don't know nobody.
Guy is
17.
17.
Yep. Apparently he took all the information that I gave him about my business and decided to start his own, which is very underhanded. I don't like him much.
I thought y'all were like, never mind. I don't know anything. I rolled a nat 1.
Sundial, you bought a suit for something involving a person named Guy. What was it? It was a gathering. It was of people.
What did I buy a suit again?
It was a.
You bought a suit.
What was your roll
so
again?
You could
17?
look dapper.
I got a 17. Yes.
Yeah, it was a wedding that you were going to, and you feel like, strangely enough, like this Guy character was involved in it. Kind of nudge Zog, and you kind of like remind him subtly.
Zog.
Yeah.
We got that suit for me for a reason, right?
Yeah, because you look so damn good in it.
I don't like it.
Why not?
Makes me loud.
Do you like the bow tie I made you?
Yes, I do like the bow tie.
Okay. I mean, we can return the suit, or like maybe it will fit. And I look around to see if the
Do you
suit
want
will
the
fit any
suit?
of the other guys.
Do you want the armor?
Who is the? Because Sundial is the tallest. Who would be the next tallest?
Well, I can like.
I think
I
that
would have
be
just
Monk.
chosen what other armor was like on.
Right.
Because it is armor, so I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I just asked if Zog wanted it.
Oh, I'm not really I like having suns out, guns out. It's not really my thing, but
You can just
Damon
take the
would
chest
probably
piece.
be the next best person to try any of this armor on, considering
Damon.
how just big it is.
it's like bronze, right? It's a weird material.
I
Yeah.
got armor of gleaming half plate is what I bought.
Yeah. Like gleaming.
Like
It's
it's
all. It's like
shiny.
yeah. It shines. Yeah.
Anyone want
So-
some shiny armor?
This armor
Flavor-
never gets dirty.
Yeah, flavorfully, this plate armor is made of bronze instead
It's
of your typical
literally
steel.
doesn't want to touch me.
Yeah.
This armor-
Quinlan,
It
you don't
never
like
gets-
being dirty, and this armor never gets dirty.
Can monks use plate armor?
No.
No, not even a little bit.
Mm.
While I appreciate the gesture, however, I think that it would be too cumbersome for my athleticism to handle.
It is technically half plate, so it is just like a chess piece. So it would technically be guns out.
Zog will try on the armor.
Right here in the middle of the market?
Hold
Yeah,
on.
okay, what?
Fucking
We
rip
pull
it
up-
out. Get the
pull
six pack
up the
going.
DM.
Tesla
Screen.
turns around to give him privacy.
Zog.
Zogs. We are the Zogs.
Zog.
Ziggity zog zog.
Oh my god.
Do I even have proficiency in art? Like,
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm literally looking at your character sheet for.
As
Hold
a
I
on.
think I do.
Yeah, clerics get proficiency, I believe, in plate. I think.
Hold on.
I do not.
Yeah.
No,
Don't?
I do not.
No?
No.
Zog.
Wow.
I think it's.
Oh, I have proficiency.
You have
in
yeah,
heavy-
you
it's
have
medium.
proficiency in heavy, light, medium, and
Yeah, this is
armor
medium
and
armor.
shields. Yeah, you have
Oh, okay.
you have proficiency with
This is
all
medium.
armor. It's just so you kind of slip this on, and it kind of just goes over what you were already wearing, and it was like it fits a little kind of like you shake your shoulders a little bit, and it kind of like rattles up and down on your shoulders, like it doesn't fit quite right. The collar is just a little too wide and the shoulders are a little too wide, but you feel it slowly just kind of like contracting just a little bit
Yeah.
on you to fit a little.
It's like hugging me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
While this is
it's got
happening,
the
I also-
Because it is a common magical item, it will fit to your character.
While all this is
automatically.
happening, I just like instinctually handed Ripples over to Quinlan, just because like he was the first person I looked at. Just to hold him.
Quinlan, are you like accepting this?
Yeah.
So you're just holding a little friend, a little Cayman friend. And you kind of like, his head is kind of like pointed towards you the way you picked him up, and he just kind of like gives you a really smug crocodile smile, just like in his own way. You know, he's just a mellow guy. He is just so completely relaxed all the time, and
I thought you were going to say he was about to pee on him.
yeah.
He is relaxed enough to pee on.
You also feel something warm trickling down your no.
Aw.
We'll see. We'll see.
Prestidigitation.
I'm gonna bring him from out to in and hold him closer for sharing body heat.
You feel him kind of like slump from your arms to your chest, and he's just being held there.
I mean,
The armor fits.
Yeah.
You can add gleaming half plate to your inventory.
I did. My armor class went up by 1.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
I am
So-
now getting rid of this.
Yeah. So, what do we do now, fellows?
Well, I was given information to go south. I don't know what information Tesla got, or if Willow and Sundial. Did y'all get any info?
Didn't we get a letter?
Y'all got a letter?
We got the plate armor because we were going to an event.
Yeah, you have the letter. You have the original letter on you from the event you were invited to.
Yeah, can I just like look around the boat real quick? Just being like, hey, he's mentioned this letter. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Like,
okay.
He would probably have it on him.
Oh, Sundial, do you have the letter?
Yeah. I will focus on my gravity and just be like, yep.
You see coming up from like one of his legs, which are hollow. There a little bit of hollow region kind of fills his body because of what it's made of, and you see floating up from one of his legs, just like, and towards his core, you start starting to circle around his core a letter.
There's one strange individual.
Isn't he the best?
It is a very particular fellow in Sundial.
So Zog just looking at this letter that got like, oh, guy's wedding. I'm going to his wedding.
Yeah, you open it up and it reads basically, you are cordially invited to the consensual matrimony between Guy. I gave him a last name. I know I did.
Barry.
The guy's name is Guy?
Guy, man.
Yes.
What a frickin' tool.
Guy.
Barry, right? I'm kidding.
I don't remember. I think he had a last name
I
too.
know I gave him a name.
It was like on stream too, wasn't
One of
it?
your private messages.
Summer
Guy
Gloom.
Studley.
Guy
Gloom.
Studley, that's right. Yep, Guy
was
Studley.
it?
You are absolutely correct.
Studdley.
Yes, Guy Studley. Yeah, to the consensual matrimony between Guy Studley and Fira Montserrat. Fira Montserrat. F-Y-R-A, for anyone who cares. F-Y-R-A M-O-T-M-O-N-T, sorry.
Sundial, did we buy a wedding present?
We are a present.
M-O-N-T-S-S-E-R-A-T. Fira Montserrat.
I can make something.
Well, no, now apparently this guy is stealing our friend's business, so fuck him. He doesn't get a wedding present.
I will make him
When's
present.
the wedding?
You look at the bottom and it says RSVP by what would be the equivalent of the 3rd of this month that you're currently in. And the date for the wedding, you look and it's 2 days away.
Now,
and it gives you the location. It gives you the location on the invitation as well. It tells you that the wedding will be held at the Bloom and Iron Sungrove.
Do I know where that is compared to where we're at?
Not a clue. You would have to figure that out.
That's a Warforge. Blooming Iron sounds delicious.
I thought you said blooming onion.
Yeah,
we're not sponsored by Outback Steakhouse.
They didn't need to know.
Although now I'm hungry.
All right.
Clog my arteries? Yes,
Tesla.
please.
Wedding at the Blooming Iron Sungrove.
I look at Tesla and I say, "Here's my plan. Here's what I think we should do." And like I'm telling this to everybody, but I'm like eye contact with Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
We go try to get as much information as we can in the next 2 days about how he ripped off your business. We wait, we hide until, does anyone object to this marriage? And we storm,
And we
saying that he's a fraud and a cheat.
What if we, above table. So in weddings, if you object to a marriage, you could actually have like combat happen through an objection. What if that's literally how we have our first combat?
Are you saying I can stab him if we object?
This is above table, but yeah.
Don't know who he is, but stab, stab, stab.
Yeah, like that would be so dope if we did that.
I would like to keep my reputation, so I I'm not sure I want to crash someone's wedding for.
What kind of a reputation is somebody that would actually literally kill for their business? A solid one.
What?
I'm just saying I'd buy from someone willing to murder for business.
Like
I mean,
Killer prices.
Here's the thing. You don't have to do the killing.
Like, if you could straight up kick the other person's ass, I'm probably gonna buy your product.
and
I mean, like,
But that's
like,
We can always just rob their wedding.
okay,
I
that's a
think-
whole other bag
I
of worms
think
that we're
just
gonna get into
discrediting
later.
him would be enough. I think just saying that he's, a thief and illicit dealer would be good enough.
I happen to agree. What's more effective, humiliation or death?
Death.
I mean,
humiliation.
You hear a random guy
I-
like 5 feet behind you go, death.
My
no.
Disagree. Humiliation is worse.
I would say
You hear that same guy go, oh, okay. And just walk away.
Humiliation lasts a little while, but death lasts a lifetime.
No, it doesn't.
No. No.
Nothing you just said was accurate.
No. I disagree. Yeah, I think it would be nice to have him be humiliated into poverty and lose a lot of.
You would be dead for the rest of your life.
I have a genuine question, both as Zog and Bradley. Has he broken any laws? Like, morally, yeah, this is wrong. But, like, is this illegal?
If you want to find that out, go ahead and make
Are there laws in this world?
I will say, go ahead and make me a, let's call it a insight check.
Oh.
So above table, I know I said one session that Tesla has bailed Zog out of jail once or twice. So.
Uh-oh.
Is that another natty one?
That's another natty one.
What in the world?
And that was a
Get rid of
different
it.
set of dice, too.
Oh no. Warm it up.
I did.
So.
Like,
Yeah.
love on it. Tell it it's pretty.
No, it's not. It's ugly. It rolled a nat one.
Nat one.
Throw it against a wall or two. That's usually what I do.
The best thing that you can conclude is, I don't care what he's done, he's gotta die. Like that.
I'm sticking to my guns if we ruin his wedding. Like,
yeah, there's just nothing. You don't have the room to think critically about this. He's
I'm
done.
pissed.
Yeah, you're just pissed. That's what a nat
I
one
looked at
is.
him as a friend, and he hurt my friends.
Your new friends.
Okay.
Well, no, I've been friends with Tesla longer than Guy.
True.
Yes.
So, at this moment, you've been standing outside of. Oh God. You've been
I think
standing
we were just kind
outside
of by the boat.
of Tharazal's blacksmith, or in the vicinity of. So you got the boat. You got a little bit of empty dock space with some crowds kind of passing around it. Whether you were standing at the boat or at Tharazal's blacksmith is the building that's closest to you relatively, and Tharazal himself at this point has kind of stepped out onto his balcony, and you see him kind of like put his hands on his back and like do a little self-adjustment on his back. He appears to be a half-orc individual, more human than orc, but
So
like
you're saying he's a pretty orc?
In the telltale ways.
Okay, no.
He's a pretty
Orcs are
orc.
pretty orc. Orcs are pretty.
Everyone's pretty.
Yeah, of course.
Am I a pretty orc? Sorry, I'm I'll stop.
Donna, I love you so much. Okay.
Instantly, my mind is like, is this guy eavesdropping on us, or is he just outside?
No, he hasn't been eavesdropping on
okay.
you. He's just stepped outside for some fresh air. And you see him kind of like adjust his sign a little bit and like bring a quick wipe to his tint glassed windows. And you see like the smoking chimney that was like puffing out like this thick black aromatic smoke has like lessened a little just because he's not bellowing it and working at it right now. But he does look over to y'all, and he just like gives a polite kind of like wave salute.
Insight check.
Back.
And hit insight check. Roll an insight check.
I'm gonna insight check him too.
God.
I cast command. No.
The man wants to kill me. I rolled a natural 1.
So many natty ones.
Wow.
And Emily
I wish
has
to-
Gotta
rolled.
be something.
I
has to be
wish
done
to
about the
attack
natural
this
ones.
man.
Yourselves.
15.
15. Okay, Dono,
No, I'm not gonna actually attack him.
son,
Yes,
he can't be trusted.
he cannot be trusted.
Damon, he's
I've-
being a pretty. He seems chill. And anyone else roll anything else?
I'll give it
No,
a go.
Yes, hold on. Yes.
I'll roll insight. I'll do a digital dice this time.
Let me just say. Just tell me if you roll below a 5.
I'll go to Zog and be like, he can't be trusted.
17 total
Barely.
for
Badly.
insight.
17.
Badly.
I got a 7 overall, but I rolled a 2.
Oh my god.
I'll look at Zog and be like, I can't trust this man.
I don't know if I trust him.
7? Yeah, he's fine. He's
fine. He's
in a
just a
friendly way.
son.
He's
son
not
now.
evil.
I don't feel good
This
about
looks
this
like
guy.
just
a
a guy.
particularly friendly half-orc. Like he
This-
looks incredibly
half-orc-
well.
He
worked.
wants to kill me.
He looks particularly well worked and friendly.
And he looks,
I'm gonna
and
go
he-
up to him.
Ah,
I'm
as you
gonna
approach.
introduce myself as Tesla Fastbender of Fastbenders Incorporated, right?
Fastbender's Fix.
Fix it. That's right. And
Do you go for a
Me?
handshake or are you just introducing yourself?
oh yeah, no, I'm just introducing myself.
Yeah.
I yeah, and that I am looking for looking to expand my business and was wondering what he takes of the area.
Well, if you ask me, and don't tell anybody else, but I think this part of town is a shithole. I want to get out of here as soon as I possibly can. And, you know, business is okay and everything, but sometimes I just can't stand being so close to that nasty, nasty residentials. You know, always getting into hooliganism and all of this bullshit, stealing my property and my raw materials when I'm not paying attention to them.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. You take them right out from under my noses when I'm sometimes. But, you know, what can you do if you got the arthritis? It's not exactly worth it to chase after them, is it?
Do you
Great, we're in a
work
fantasy
alone?
world and there's arthritis still.
Huh?
Great, we're in a fantasy world and there's still arthritis.
2 words. Crossbow and back.
She's missing a leg.
That
So
You look like looking at him up and down, you see that like he has what looks like a self-fashioned metal brace on his right leg that keeps his leg like perfectly straight.
Want me
So
to
he
even that out
walks
for
with
you?
a bit of a hobble.
No, thank you. I think it's broken, and I haven't been able to get to a doctor, a healer yet. So, please don't touch it.
Can I take a look at it? Can I just be like, hey, I do magic. and
Why, are
healing
you a
and stuff. Can I-
doctor?
I'm not. I'm a magical doctor, not like a witch doctor though. My
Even
God,
though he kind of
give me
smells like a witch
Make a
doctor.
persuasion check.
Yeah.
Hey, please.
I'm like
Please
a
be good.
magical doctor. Make a persuasion check.
I'm like not a witch doctor, but I am a witch doctor, but I really am not a witch doctor.
I got a god.
8. He's like, I mean,
How desperate is this man?
come inside, and he just
I'm-
like, and he opens the door behind him and then gestures for you all to come in.
And we'll
Alright.
follow suit.
Oh god.
Okay.
yes.
Sundial will be
Going in.
last to go in.
I was gonna
get
be
some more raw
last, so it's just
materials.
us waving to each other to go in.
You can just wait outside the door if you want.
I just if I go in, I'm just gonna look at him and just be like, I don't trust you, and then go in.
I grab both arms and make them go in.
Okay.
You're very tiny.
She's
Sure,
you
there's
feel
lots of
this
expensive things in here.
you feel this tiny but really strong force pushing against you too, and you end up inside the room. As you are inside, oh wait, is there actually a? Oh no, there's not.
There's a tavern one. What the heck?
I was gonna say you can also just lower the volume on the city now that the door's closed. Like,
Oh, that's true.
You can just also like press pause on it and it'll just stop playing.
Yeah.
You could also do the tavern one too.
Is that in the home ambience or is that? Oh, and it's all stopped. Here we go.
Look at this sound pad.
Let's just do this one because it sounded good in the testing.
Turn
Is that
that
a bit
down.
much?
It's a bit loud.
Yep, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. There we go. Okay.
That one.
So, as you step inside, you take a look around and you notice that while the exterior of the building was a little bit less than sightly, the inside is very well kept. From floor to ceiling, there are racks of weapons and shields and armor, all made from like pig iron, scrap iron, just basic weapons, but they are designed very intricately. You see some swords that have like multiple like points jutting off of them, like serrated swords or sword breakers even. You see a glove-mounted scissor sword that's basically just a curved blade attached to the front of a glove. You see some exotic weaponry in here. And he's like
a crossbow.
No, it is all like iron weapons. It is not. There's no range. This is all. It looks like melee and.
There's probably, if there's iron weapons, there'd probably be bolts though, right? Because bolts
there's
things.
ammo, but there's no weaponry that uses the ammo. And while you're walking inside, and he kind of walks over to his like round countertop that surrounds a spherical forge pit. You see like a semi-sphere filled with like just a molten liquid and like a metal grate, what appears to be a strong metal or stone grate sitting above it. And it almost looks more like like the most complicated barbecue you've ever seen rather than a forge, but you see a couple of like what look like baking loaf pans of metal being forged into ingots. And you see resting over on an anvil an almost completed broadsword.
Okay.
We have one getting a dog and another taking out their contacts.
While we're all walking in, can I just kind of like, just very quickly to Quinlan, be like, you are a very smart fellow as well. Can you help me just take a look at his leg? I got like the magic side of this, but I have a vibe that you would understand the body side of things. Zog's also just assuming you're smart based on your accent, mostly, to be fair.
I mean, he doesn't have the worst intelligence out of all of you.
Wisdom.
I don't know how much help I can be, but I shall assist as I can.
So if you want to look at his leg, make a medicine check. Dadley, you can make an arcana check if you want, but you don't have to.
I'm doing a medicine check.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can do a medicine as well if you'd like.
Yeah. Oh, that was my goal. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm done.
Is that another nat one?
Rolling dice.
Is that another natty one?
I rolled 3 1s and 1 2.
I
I'm good at medicine.
I didn't give you my dice curse.
I feel.
I would like to insight check Zog real quick.
I feel burn an inspiration.
Dadley, I feel pity, but only just. I will give you a reroll on this roll.
He has inspiration. That he doesn't need your pity.
I can use my inspiration.
This is an inspiration. This is just the DM telling you
DM,
you're gonna get a better roll than the nat 1.
Okay.
Get another nat 1 just to spite him.
Better.
There we go. No, I got a 21 this time.
Oh, good.
You're not getting another one of those.
Plus a 3 from me.
Plus a 3?
Oh,
I trusted you.
I rolled a 2, and my medicine is a 1. So...
Quinlan, you look at his leg, and you're like, it's like a leg. It just, I don't know what
it
to
would
make
appear
of this.
to be a bum leg.
Is that your professional opinion?
Zog.
Yes.
You can see the splint is covering this, but you can see the misalignment of the calf and the thigh, and the knee is like jutted over, like it's diagonal, and it's not supposed to look like that. So, what spells do you currently have available to you?
I have healing word that I know won't do much. I'm seeing if I have anything. I mean, mending. That's pretty much it.
I think mending only works on. I think mending works only on materials.
Yeah, it only works on objects.
Yeah. You could fix his splint, but not his leg.
Spare the dying. How close is he to death?
He's not that far.
Okay. I have an idea above table, but I don't know if my character would know to do it.
Okay.
What's the idea above table?
Okay. So his leg's messed up. Is it like it's not deformed, right? It's just healed wrong.
It's just broke. You from Dadley's medicine roll, you would get the feeling that it broke and he splinted it so that it wouldn't like flop around. Because
so it's just holding there.
Yeah, it's just being held in place. And he's not wincing in pain because apparently he just like there's either no feeling in that leg or it's like he's very numb to it.
Take the moment.
No worries, monk.
My idea is that if he needs to, and this might take some convincing, we can re-break the leg and then heal it.
Oh my god.
But then it
into the correct spot.
That's like they do that in real life.
Like real life medicine right there. But I don't know if my character would know to do that. I can look at it and be like my character would be now the type would just break it and just do it.
Grab a sword from around
You
his
do
vest. Guess
have-
it's time to amputate.
You do have an okay intelligence.
I have
right?
a 17 intelligence.
Yeah. So make just a straight intelligence check as you're looking at this man's leg.
So can I amputate it now?
No.
I'm literally googling. Does
You know,
healing
I would
word
rather
make
not
broken
you
bones?
amputate it, please. Look,
I got a dirty 20. What does that get me?
You get the exact wording of your idea that you put above table into your cranium in the game. And you feel this like rush of like inspired knowledge of just, hey, wait a minute.
Hold him.
If it's broken and healed wrong, let me just break it again.
And I just look at Zog. Hold him.
Why?
Hold him.
What?
You're
Wait,
going to
no.
scream.
No, hold on a minute.
You're
Wait,
going-
why?
Calm down.
Nah, hey.
What is he
Sundial?
going to do to me? And he
I don't know.
I will.
Sundial, look at me. Game plan time. What are you thinking?
I give him my eyes of just trust me. I know what I'm doing.
So,
but if I speak this
upon
out
him
loud,
saying, "Hold
he's not
him,"
going to let me do it.
Upon
Dog.
him saying hold him, Damon is going to strength check of 19 to grapple him.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
And then I'm going.
So you just like make a stealth check as well to
Okay.
go along with this.
That'd be good.
And
At
the hold him down, Quinlan is going to do an assist to
27?
hold down.
27. Okay,
natural 20
so
plus 7.
oh my
Zog.
god.
Oh, thank you.
And Quinlan
Zog,
helping?
So
Zog,
okay,
Yeah.
so
Prepare to heal.
here's what's happening. So here's what's happening right now. Damon has snuck around this fellow. Has snuck around this guy. And let me see if this sounds better. Ooh, what is this?
remember every audio that you use. Not remember to send it to Deadly.
Do I have to send each one?
It's
You
the
have
one
to
that
send
you
each
use.
one to me. If you're not using the website, you have to send each audio.
Well,
No, I'm using the website.
the website also
you did?
has audios that they use that
Oh,
are
I
separate.
didn't even see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you should have them in a playlist.
right.
So
So
it'll be in a queue.
what's happening now is Damon has snuck around even the people who are trying to convince. There's a sending stone.
Your
Even the
phone's ringing.
people that are trying to convince this guy to calm down. And the moment Sundial has said hold him, Damon just like basically just like bear hugs him to the chair he's sitting in, and Quinlan holds onto the thigh, like the abdomen thigh area, and he just goes, what are you doing?
Don't
Get
move.
off of me!
Don't
I
move.
don't know.
He's gonna make a grapple break. What is a grapple break?
Tesla
It's a
is, like,
strength check
So
to break.
confused and ready.
What was
ready
your
to
strength check,
protest.
Damon?
19.
He rolled a 17. He doesn't break out.
Yeah.
If you
I
want to
just
do
look-
it, do it now.
Okay, Zog, prepare to heal. And I just take my hand using mold earth to wrap around his leg, and then I'll just strength and just snap the button right into the correct into the right order, and I'll just be like, heal.
Not the splint!
A blood-curdling scream emits from this guy's maw. He's just like,
I will put my hand up his mouth real quick.
Zog,
Hurry up and heal him,
what are
Zog!
you doing?
Dummy!
Roll damage, by the way. Roll. I'm gonna call this 1d8 damage.
Yeah, because that's what my fists do. Because they're equivalent to a maul.
Zog, while this is happening, looks at Tesla and was like, make the
3?
best damn splint you can make in the next 2 minutes.
Best what?
I can just make a
Splint you
splint.
can make in 2 minutes.
Splint?
Yeah,
Splint for his leg.
Splint. Oh, splint. Yeah.
I can literally hold it into place with my mold earth through my stones that I have. So
He's probably not going to want to walk around with stones on.
I know,
him.
but I'm holding it in place until they have one.
So okay, he's still muffled screaming. Someone heal him.
I'll cast healing word.
What word do you use to heal him?
Shut the fuck up.
Stop screaming!
Okay,
Ah!
6 points. And what was your damage, Donald?
I did 4 points.
Okay, good. Wow.
Now, do I add my strength to that?
So you hear no.
Okay,
Don't
cool.
worry about it.
It's just
Don't
a
worry
flat
about it.
roll. Got it.
So what was going and he just like slows down and calms down, and you see his leg like move at the knee, and he's like
Release his
Now,
hand.
buddy?
Release it.
what the hell did you do to me?
I fixed
Why
it.
do I feel so
I
much
started
better?
apologizing. Like, I am so sorry.
I fixed it.
You guys are a little out of hand. I'm.
What just
I'm
happened?
like- I was going to say, can we check in with Willow of what's going on with Willow during all this?
Oh my god. He kind of looks around. He looks to Sun. Says, "Get your hand off me." And
I will release, but also take the old splint with me because I want to steal it.
so easy enough. And in doing so, you notice Healing Word is an okay spell. It heals. It does its job. A splint would be recommended, but in his state right now, he could walk around without one.
Yeah.
As you see him kind of just like, he puts his hands like down onto his leg, and then to his knee, and then to his calf, and then he moves it around. He like twists it around with his hands, and he's just like,
I don't know how in the fuck you just did that, but I am so grateful for it.
Don't
You
worry
don't
about
even
it, big guy. And I'll let him go.
I'm not talking
Yeah.
to you. And he, without turning around, he points to you but doesn't look at you, and he says, I'm not talking to you. You, and he points to Zog,
Are a lifesaver. Believe you me.
Can I ask you how you broke your leg?
I hired on a new apprentice, and he was trying to pump some fresh air into the forge, and he was doing it wrong, so I was trying to show him how, and there was a slick spot on my floor.
Mhm.
Workplace occupational hazard. Really, it's nothing to worry about.
What you were
I'm
saying
the-
was you were a
Zog, do we
dummy.
have to worry about those?
Yes, we live on a boat. I mean, not you. You don't have bones or a skull.
you hear his sending stone go off again.
Can I like this could be a very low insight check, maybe. I don't know. Can I
What's
just insight check to make sure he's not lying? Because my brain right now is
No insight
somebody
check
steal-
needed. He is not lying
Okay.
to you.
Okay.
He is so grateful in this moment
Alright.
that you have healed his leg. And he's
Um,
just like,
I don't know too many people that can do that.
Tesla.
Oh,
And
did
the
you
ones
get
that
a-
I do know live like 2 towns away. So you
Tesla,
being
did you get a
here
splint ready
now
for him?
is incredible.
so what was that?
Oh, is it Tesla? Did you get a splint ready for him? I'm sure he's fine to walk, but it would still be
I
good
was
to keep
gonna
some
ask,
pressure off for a couple days.
Make
I
a
was gonna ask the
tinker.
guy what materials he has around, if I could use any of his work stuff to make a splint for him, because I still have my manners and ask permission.
How badass would it be if the splint was made by the broadsword he didn't finish yet?
He looks
That'd
at
be
you and he's
dope
like,
because then
Oh,
he'd have like a point
yeah,
and he could fight with it.
Yeah. If you just feel free, use some of the plain metals around. I'd prefer you don't use any swords that are finished. But just whatever you need to do to make one, go ahead.
Okay. I will do a tinkering check.
you can add 5 now that you're not scrounging the worst materials from what you have around you.
Pay the doctor already.
We're not looking for payment, Dan. We're not.
Shut up.
So that would be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It's simple enough. You just couple of little spot mends here and there, just kind of weld together, and you kind of like here, and you have
Ding ding.
a little leg splint with a ready for him, and he's just like, he takes it from you. He just kind of like slips it on like a really hard, just like EVA foam like costume piece, and this one actually pivots at the knee, and it's just like,
You're incredibly talented as well. What are you all doing here, and how have I never heard of any of you?
We're here to fuck up a wedding.
oh,
You can call us the Wedding
Stop.
Crashers.
Wait,
I
don't
look
That's
over
your
at
party
the
name?
I look over at Dial.
the wedding.
Dial.
Yes.
Will you please clean the floor so there are no future accidents, just in case?
Yes. Prestidigitation. I clean the entire building.
Yes, I'd
No,
hate to break your leg
Most of the
again.
surface is simple enough. Like over the next minute or so, most of the surface level like moisture and like the surface grime is clean, but the deepest ingrained material and dirt and soot and whatever is not cleaned, but it's clean in the way that you can tell it's not like dusty and wet anymore.
I will use control water to fucking just power wash the shit out of that.
Now, I don't recommend you do that
Okay.
because he does have merchandise on the walls,
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
And you might put out his fire, which
which would be even worse.
I can just.
But
okay.
you do what you can with prestidigitation. And he's like, and Damon mentions payment, and Zog mentions we're not looking for payment, and
I'm literally hearing airplane in the or like a helicopter in the background. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
I think that's just your house. I might hear that.
Okay.
And Tharazal looks to you, Zog, and goes, I mean, you've done an incredible service for me today. If there's something on the wall that you feel like you need, you can just take it. Like, this is just simply incredible.
Can I investigate for a helmet that is small enough for ripples?
Oh God.
Can I point out
Make
me
an
and Sundial
investigation
and say, we helped?
And
16.
Quinlan's not going to say anything, but he's going to pat the other leg that he's holding, and back off.
I love that you've been holding the man's thigh this whole time. Quinlan just has such a gentle
Well, it's just
touch.
because
The support system.
reasons.
Yes.
Gotta ask to know.
So 16, I'm looking for a helmet that might be able to fit ripples.
You see a collection of small, probably halfling or gnomish helmets, like festooning a corner of two of his walls.
Ripples are still on my shoulders, I'm assuming. I pick up one of like the tiny helmets and I just say, if you are curious about payments, we will be back here in probably like 5 hours. Think you could just shape it a little bit to fit his like more flat head?
He looks
And
from
I'm like-
you to Ripples, and Ripples is still got that smug gator smile, and he's like you see that
Pretty
look
cool.
of just, okay, it's simple enough. Yeah, just
You can
yeah.
add little horns.
Sure,
too.
whatever.
That would be awesome. If the horns take too long, don't worry about it.
Tesla just shakes her head. We are here looking for somebody who's still in business from underneath my Fastbender's Fix-Its, and I've lost a few customers to them.
So you're the last from Fastbender's Fix-It.
I am, yes. Family
Oh.
owned for 3 generations.
I've heard so much. So many good things. It's good to finally meet you.
Well, I'm Farazol, and I don't know how I didn't pick it up when you were talking to me earlier. Yeah. I guess I didn't catch your last name. Well, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. And what did you need from me in that regard?
I was just wondering if you had heard of a new establishment that had popped up in the area, but I think I don't know. It's just
I mean, Moran is one of the fastest growing. This is shifting from adenoidal British to Australian so fast, and I'm so sorry.
I mean, Moran is one of the fastest growing towns on the Coleman River. Lots of new things popping up every day.
oh, I understand. Like,
But-
there's going to be a competition.
In terms of scrappage and material gathering, what's loud? What
The
Music.
music.
background
Music's a
music?
bit loud.
Oh, sorry. I'll
Yep.
turn that down a little bit more. I turned it down a little, but I'll turn it down a little bit more.
Thank you. That is good right there.
Sorry.
You're
Anyway.
good.
In terms of scrappage and raw materials and, that sort of the like, most recently I've heard about this place down the way. Calls himself Brass something or other. I think it had something to do with a flower.
Lavender or something?
Yeah, that's the one. Brass Lavender. Honestly, don't like his face. Don't like his voice. He's just kind of a dick. And he's he's pushing this campaign of his that he's gonna sell all this stuff for cheaper, and I already know why he's selling it for cheaper. It's because it's worse. But
Do you think he might be the one stealing your materials?
I was going to ask that question.
I wasn't going to go so far as to say he was the one doing it, but we all have our opinions.
And yours is?
Yeah, the fucker's stealing from us. He
didn't.
I saw one of his little fucking like underlings, snot-nosed bratty little kid, come into my place and just nick one of my swords off my wall and just run out.
When was this?
You should get
Like a couple days ago.
You should
right
get an
after I
alarm
broke
system
my
like
leg.
that.
Huh?
You should make an alarm
What did you
system.
say?
Oh yeah, Tesla. Actually, Tesla makes phenomenal alarm systems in case somebody breaks in. Obviously you have
Is
to pay.
that right?
Also,
You have to
Is
pay,
he
but
paying real close attention to the group?
He's
Probably
looking around
focus
at the
on me
group
and
and his shop. He's eyeing you very specifically, Damon, because you snuck up behind him and grabbed him very suddenly.
So if I were to make a sleight of hand check to try and pocket a dagger,
It
he'd
would be at
probably-
disadvantage.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
Yeah, it would be at disadvantage.
Since I'm
Still-
not getting paid for
still-
helping.
He hasn't acknowledged that yet, but he's basically just like, well, you're gonna have to tell me all about these alarm systems that you make. That
could-
would be a bigger market than just an all-in-one scrapyard.
You could also
that-
make it. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna
say-
say above the table. My character can make something make a sound, but
Yeah.
like I'm limited to like 4 objects. So
Right.
would this be
That's
a
one of like
tinkering
the
thing?
infusions.
Yeah.
It would be if you wanted to permanently infuse an item like to sell. I would
Yeah.
say it would take like multiple uses of an infused item feature, like, and you wouldn't be able to use it in this. It would be like one use per day for 3 days on the same item, and it would become permanent. So
Okay.
Oh,
I was
that's
going to
could be
ask
enough.
that because the instructions say that when I exceed 4, the very first one I did will just fade away,
It'll
and
just-
then
yeah,
yeah,
it'll just
like
fade away.
flat. It'll okay. So I could
I would
could
say-
potentially do a permanent one
Yeah.
for him.
I would
Okay.
say in the rules of in the I'm just willing to accept whatever rules. Yeah. If you infuse the same thing 3 times, like over the course of a week or whatever, it'll become a permanent infusion and a permanent item that you can do. And
That's actually
that
like
could
a good
theoretically
house
be-
rule. Like, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
There's got to be some risk reward to it. I would say that not so much a risk, just as much as it's time. You know.
Okay.
So yeah,
John,
that is
John has
definitely
a
something you
question.
can do.
I have
What's
an
that?
idea.
What's
He's checking which way the wind blows.
No. The-
incredible?
You could install an
little-
just
little
above
wind
table.
vane
You
pops
could
up out of it.
install an anti-theft device within the entire building, in which, if people were to take the item without paying, and him not disabling the anti-theft thing, it would shock them.
I feel like that would take a long time, and you're turning into Sean Connery again.
Just so people know that I'm not being Sundial.
Right?
Potato.
Is
dog.
that right? And just alternate timeline continues.
Yeah.
Back to the room.
I not to break up this amazing business meeting that I'm sure Tesla would get a lot of money from. We can always come back. I'm willing to charter you over here. We have an asshole to go catch.
Oh well, then good luck. I hope
Is
you
it- well, I don't want to scurry anyone out if they had any more questions. I just also know that we have
and in terms of your little helmet, I'll have it simple enough. I'll have it ready by the time you come back.
with horns.
Mm,
Maybe we'll see.
because you were
Surprise
so
me.
helpful, I'll see.
We'll break your legs again anytime.
Oh jeez. I push Monk. Or no, not Monk.
Monk!
shit, what's his character's name?
Damon.
Damon.
Why
Damon.
would you punch Quinlan
You
like
didn't-
that?
Quinlan's
Quinlan
the
has
monk.
done nothing wrong.
Quinlan held him down too.
I'm way over here.
The 3 of us did nothing wrong.
Anyways,
Anyway,
I will insist everyone leave with whatever bodily gestures, hand motions, eye rolls that are necessary, and thank him for his information and apologize again for the rudeness of the people, regardless of the outcome.
You're all right.
Is it rude to fix him?
Damon?
Listen, and he looks at you directly, Damon. I appreciate what your friend did to my leg, and I appreciate your other friend keeping my leg stable. I appreciate those more than I appreciate you holding me against my will, but it helped. So if you're looking for a thank you, here it is. And
You're
he just
welcome.
And he just turns around and walks back into the room.
As I say, you're welcome, I just turn and walk out the door.
Okay. As you all leave, the pier is at its same level of busyness.
Well, right before we leave, I exchange what are those? Sending stone information?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a business
Calling
card, pretty
stone,
much.
yeah. Calling stone info.
Yeah.
It has a couple of little sigils on the bottom that match up to your area's calling stone. You know?
Cool.
There's an area code for all of the region. Anyway.
I like it, just like fantasy bullshit. The area code is for some odd reason like just B's. BEES.
BEES. Yeah. It's like it's like the CAPTCHA images,
Yeah.
and it's like just select all of the images that contain a boat, and then you get through and you can send them. That is so dumb. Anyway, you walk out, and same level of hustle and bustle as there was before.
Y'all want to
And
go?
you hear a wind chime open as the door across from you opens as well. And some
Does that
people
guy have a
walk
broken leg?
You got a broken
You're
leg?
not
Do you
gonna-
want one?
Wow.
I want to
You
break
guys-
legs
Great
for
business
every
model.
person
Let's
in
break
the
your
town.
legs and fix them.
Break a leg?
No.
We can help you
I'm
with that.
Fastmaster fix it, but I fix other things. We're not fixing everyone's broken legs.
Oh my god.
And you can
Bender,
only
fix
fix
it.
so many.
Yeah. I only
Anyway.
have one
I
spell slot left.
By the way,
So-
Sundial will take the splint and hand it to Tesla and be like, "Can you make me a leg?"
Wait, what splint?
You see the
The old
old
splint.
splint that he was wearing made
Oh.
mostly out of like junk metal and wood, and perfectly like bone stiff in the generalized shape of Thorazol's leg.
I look at Sundial. Don't you already have a leg? You have two.
You can have more if you want.
You had 3 arms at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Sundial confirmed third legs.
I don't think you need another one. Like this is not going to be what you want.
Okay, I throw the splint out into the just world behind my
Wait,
head.
what?
Like toss it behind
Just
you.
yoink
Make
out
a
and-
make a ranged attack.
Can I make
Aren't
it
we on a
strength?
dock?
Improvised.
Are we still on a dock?
Attack?
Or...
Can I just make
There
it
are
strength?
people walking.
Can it? Wait, can I make it an
Just make
athletics
it a
check?
straight strength roll. Yeah,
Can I
just
make it
a
an
straight. Make it an athletics roll. Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck.
You're gonna knock someone
First time
out.
I get to make an athletics roll. It's not that great. It's a 10. I rolled
10.
a 4.
You're like, okay, and you toss the splint behind
Okay.
you. You hear
My legs!
no, you hear,
Oh!
and you like look behind you, and the splint has shattered over someone's head,
Oh.
and they're like looking up, like rubbing their head, and they look up to the clock tower, which is above all of you, and you see a kid sitting on the edge of the clock tower.
Oh no.
And he just like looks down at this scene, and then he looks down at you who threw that splint, but then the guy that you hit with the splint looks up and goes, "Hey you, hey, I'm gonna fucking kill you!" And the kid just like gets up and like shimmies around the clock tower around the corner, and like you lose sight of him pretty quick.
The kid was an
That
asshole.
little trade
Talk
guy.
about a kid.
You want to make a perception check before he completely disappears out of sight?
Yes,
That's-
please.
Guys, that's the BBG.
That guy.
I rolled a 22 for stealth. That when he hit the guy, I just disappear.
Yeah, you're
16.
just gone. 16.
16.
Well,
16.
guys, you're on your own.
Hey man. Hey man.
Tharazal gave you a couple of little descriptors as to what this punk-ass kid looked like that stole the sword from him. That kid looked familiar.
Hmm.
I do believe that that child that the blacksmith was telling us about was the one up there.
And you watch as he just kind of like Spider-Man 3 hops down off of the ledge and just
Why
like onto
3?
another roof. Yeah, when he hops down into the hole and he's just like,
Oh,
he-
okay.
yeah.
Yep.
yeah, arms up, legs
Yeah.
crossed, like, yeah, and he falls
So,
down.
Do you want to
And
go after?
you
and
lose
hit-
sight of him on the rooftops.
Do you want to try to
uh,
hunt him down or go?
The direction
try
that
to
he
find
was
Guy?
going, was generally southwestish.
Oh, so
Wait.
the direction we're going, anyways.
How
pretty
big is this clock tower?
It's up high, but there's some taller roofs that kind of lead.
Oh, okay. I was like,
It's not just
that-
like a prominent structure among a land of low roofs. Like
How
there
far
are some
away is this
multi-level
kid?
structures. How far away is he?
Yeah.
Like more than
Yeah.
150.
God damn it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could have followed him.
Yeah, can I try?
Yeah,
and
I was
follow
gonna
him
say I could have
stealthily?
used my acrobatics to go after him.
Okay.
I could fly.
Okay.
we,
Okay, so Willow can fly.
You
Reese
three
wants
wanna
to use
go
not Reese.
get the kid?
Quinlan wants to use acrobatics. Damon wants to stealth after him. Does everybody? That's 3 out of 6. Does everyone else want to take any kind of path this way, or is there something else y'all want to do?
Do we want to go to a wedding and these 3 go get the kid?
Wedding's
the wedding's
in
in
2 days.
2 days.
Oh, it's in
Wedding is
2
in 2
days?
days.
Do we want to go beat
The
up
only-
a dude that's going to take your business?
Do y'all as they're running away? Like, do you want us to follow you or go to the place with Guy?
Are you speaking up to the kid?
I'm yelling to
Well,
Quinlan
I haven't-
and
Oh,
Willow.
the people who are.
yeah, I haven't taken off yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't either.
Okay.
I'm
I
just
just
gonna
start
say
Yeah.
Go.
I can go after him.
Damon
Go.
has,
He went south.
southwestish.
He's probably going to the residential areas that we were just in.
Which
No,
is
we're
where you
going.
wanted to
We
go
haven't been in
next,
the rest of it.
anyhow.
Yeah, which is kind of where I wanted to investigate, but it is getting late. I think it's like evening-ish.
Yeah, what time
Yeah,
is
the
it?
clock tower reads just past like 5:15, 5:20ish.
Wait, which hand is it missing? The hour or the minute?
The,
You
the
cannot
three
agree
of
that
the
it's
three
missing
of
a
the faces on the clock tower are perfectly
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Just one of them is missing the minute hand. So on that face, it just reads 5 something.
Woo!
Okay. 5. It's
Sundial
5
would
o'clock
like to have
somewhere.
that minute
No.
hand.
I want it. I like
We,
deep down inside. Bradley wants it as a
We could stop it somewhere and get something to eat. I think would be prudent to do right now.
Could you imagine having a great sword that's made out of a clock hand?
Dude, I would make.
Oh
No, we're not doing this
God.
right now. I can make that a magic item so hard. No.
I can already imagine like stats for a
It's
magical
literally
item
just called
clock
Time
hand
Stopper.
Yeah, and that's what I was
Lights
going
are
with. Like,
dustal.
Anyway, I'm down. If you're hungry, I'm down to go get food. But also, like, I feel like we're about to go do some sneaky shit, and nighttime is the best time for sneaky shit.
What's hunger?
Okay.
Nighttime isn't for another like hour or so. You think?
I'm not good at sneaky shit.
You can fit in my pocket. Right there. I'm not good at sneaky shit either, so that doesn't help us too much.
True.
Yeah, I don't think I could sneak around, but I do think we like I
You have a
still
little
want to I want to investigate the residential area, and it's not something I need to go by myself, even if Quinlan is with me.
So, Do you guys want to wait till morning and do it, or do y'all want to do it?
I mean, we could go now. It's only 20-minute walk, I think. Something like that.
It was about 30 minutes from
30.
where you are now to the residential area, and you do pass by the general commercial, the general
restaurant area.
Yeah, you pass by the commercial retail district on your way there.
I got it. We'll start going that way. We'll hit up a couple food carts. We'll hit up a couple food carts for some food. Sundial, you hungry?
Does he eat?
I just look at him.
No, but I ask him every time.
I could go for a bite.
You have no...
Does he have a mouth?
You have no need for food, but you find the act of consuming food enjoyable.
I find the act of consuming material fun.
Yeah.
He eats the plates and the forks. But...
We also have little animals, too.
We do. Oh, Ripples, are you hungry?
You hear him just kind of go...
I'm going to take that as a yeah.
Mosaic does not require food to not live.
Yeah, you
just
look
water.
over to the lump that is just kind of materialized, like, in this moment, you could not distinguish it from a lump of moss that has just grown on your arm.
It is literally on the giant ring.
Yeah.
It's like favorite spot is the number 3.
Yeah. And it's just like soaking in sun and like, you can hear
Wait,
a
is it on
low,
his shoulder
gentle
or is it on one of the orbiting things?
It's
on his hula hoop.
Oh yeah, this ring, by the way, slowly this ring slowly turns. Like
we probably didn't notice it turning until this lump showed up.
Yeah,
just a little bit. So
wait, your ring rotates?
Yeah.
But it's almost indistinguishable though if he doesn't put control to it for it to rotate.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
he
didn't
can
notice
make it rotate faster.
until you got that lump. Is he okay? Is he getting a tumor?
No, that's Mosaic.
Not a tumor. Who's
not
Mosaic?
A tumor.
And you,
Mosaic.
upon mentioning his name multiple times, you see this little lump of moss. Like you see the little glowing, the little glowing vestiges of his eyes, and a little like jowl crack of a smile open up, and it just kind of like stands up and arches its back, and it kind of just
so
like
cute.
Is Damon still with us, or did Damon dip?
Damon did.
Damon's
He's
gone.
following the kid.
All
Damon,
right, so,
I'm gonna get to you in just a moment.
I assume I never know where Damon is.
He rolled a 22. If anyone has a passive perception, like
I think
even
mine's
remotely
like
close.
actually, can I roll like we agreed we are friends perception check on trying to keep an eye on Damon? It probably won't work.
We are friends perception.
I just rolled a perception check for Mosaic. They have a +3 to their perception.
Yeah.
Rolled a natural 20. The cat knows where he is.
Yes!
The cat knows. The cat
He knows how to
kind of like Mosaic, kind of like.
Oh, and he has
gestures over in the direction of the clock tower, and if you look over there as well, you can see just a little shadow dip into the. You can see like a cloaked figure dipping into the shadows, but only just.
All right, just to like Quidlin, are you hungry?
I could eat.
Willow?
Sure, why not?
Oh yeah,
And
we're
your-
definitely eating.
And your bird?
Okay.
Your bird? Dove?
Dovey is always hungry.
Dovey's always hungry. I feel Dovey is my spirit animal. Okay. So I'd assume we all just start moseying our way over direction of where we're going and food
The
stuff
residential.
and the kid and residential.
Yeah. So you're moseying, and it's kind of in the same general direction that Damon went. Damon's just going in that direction faster. So Damon, I will individually handle you for just a moment here. You're just following in the direction of the kid, right?
I'm specifically following the kid.
Yeah. I need you to make a... Yeah, now is a good time. If you want to break your camera for a little bit, you can. You're just perceptioning for the kid. Okay. Fair enough. Make it. Yeah, go ahead and make perception.
16 plus 3 for 19.
19. You see this figure of the kid like darting like jumping across the small gaps of the alleyway rooftops, and he's just booking it in like the southwest direction. You're headed like through the residential alleyways, and you're just like slink and slide and slipping your way, and lots of SL words, just your way through the alleyway following this kid. You come to a point where it kind of tees off in front of you with like a business front and like a row of business fronts, but the kid just goes straight over the rooftops. So you know that he's now on the other side of this like stretch of business fronts, but you look to the left and to the right, and you can't immediately see the fastest way to continue in the direction he's going. You can either go left or right.
Right.
Okay. You can landmark this spot. You can landmark this spot as the Thunderdome Pizzeria. Thunderdome, but the dome part is spelled like Doughme. So the Thunderdome Pizzeria. As you turn to the right and head down the alleyway, you can see it kind of curves off to the left in a gentle slope. You get even more residential, and the buildings go from like multi-level to 1 story. And then they go from 1 story to ramshackle 1 story. And make another perception for the kid.
Sorry.
You're good.
+3 would be 18 this time.
18. You're looking up on top of the rooftops, searching for any signs of this kid. Ooh, didn't roll high enough stuff. You see him trying to hide behind, like a little rooftop. You know the little rooftop, like, sheds where the stairs go up to the flat rooftop to access it? He's trying to hide behind one of those, and he ducks from behind one of those onto another rooftop to behind another one, but you see him do it. You catch him, and it's more spread out now. There's more room in between these houses for, like, yard space and fences, but a lot of the fences are just, like, shattered, broken down, because this is looking like a more run-down residential area. Most of these buildings look like they're not even lived in yet, or if not yet, anymore. But you make your way in that direction, and upon reaching that like general area, you come to a clearing where the lines of buildings just kind of parse out and empty into what is a long dirt aside from the scrap of the rest of the path, where there would obviously be more trample traffic and like wheel traffic than everywhere else on this kind of flatter plane. And you see him just looking it down it, and he turns left down a fork road, and behind like a little set of dunes of garbage. Welcome back.
Okay. Well, I need to make another stealth check to try and get closer to see if I can.
At this point, since you're out in the open ground, if you wanted to try to make stealth, it would be a disadvantage.
Okay.
But you can. If you wanted to, like, if you just wanted to kind of stick to the dune and observe, then you could, theoretically.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
There's a 13 and a 14, so plus
14, so
stealth is a +7, so that'd be a 20.
Dirty 20. All right. Easy enough. You kind of go up to, you kind of like power slide along what is some finer grained like refuse. Some of this refuse is mixed in with like sand and just like natural elements. It's not all just piles and piles of just rough, sharp garbage. It would be unlivable at that point. But you kind of like slink across, and you peek out from behind what looks like maybe like a jutting out like lamp post or phone box, just a big wooden pole in the ground. And you peek around and you catch just in time what looks to be a hatch that this kid ducks into, and the hatch, he closes the hatch behind him, and the garbage blends in with one of the dunes. And I need you to make an intelligence check to scan that area and see if you can hold within your memory where the difference is, since you saw it close. Just to study it for long enough that you can make the distinction.
+4, so that'd be a 14.
14. You look at it.
That was my worst roll yet.
Yeah, you look at it and you blink and you lose it for a second. You shake your head. You look at it again, and it's like, yeah, you can see a little bit of a seam. And then you notice like what would be what you think might be the handle that opens the hatch from the outside is what looks like the remains of what would be a bicycle handlebar. A very penny farthing-esque bicycle handlebar. And you think, yep, that's jutting out. That's what they use as a handle. No obvious signage anywhere, just a hatch in the ground you saw this kid go into.
So this is obviously a little hideout of sorts, you would say.
Could be a hideout. Could be the entrance to a tunnelway, could be the entrance to a hideout, could be the entrance to the business if they moved it underground. You don't know. All you know is that you saw the kid go into it. And we're gonna come back to the main group. Do you want to head back to the main group, or do you just want to stick around this area?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and roll a stealth, see if I can hide in the rubbish, but keep my eye on the hatch.
Sure. If you just want to stay there,
that's another dirty 20, 13 plus 7.
So you managed to like scoop some handfuls of just the environment around you and nestle yourself into just kind of like a dugout hideout spot, just a little stakeout location, and you feel like you got yourself covered pretty good.
That's what I'll do for now, just kind of marking this in my mind.
And you're just gonna wait. You're just gonna keep an eye. Okay.
Yep, I'm observing. I'm curious. I enjoy finding things.
Then we will come back to you as we make our way back to the main group. So.
Hello.
I transitioned to desert for just a second there, and it was all right, I think.
I want dessert.
Well, maybe you'll find an ice cream bar. Who knows? So,
Ice cream.
as you at this point, this is rewinding just a little bit. Already. Do you want to start heading in that direction?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Everyone go with that?
Yeah, we're going to the residential area, and yeah.
So you start to head in the direction of the residential, and along the way you pass through kind of the same multi-level structure, alleyways and roads that Damon had traversed, but you're not like keeping the pace that Damon kept pace at. Damon was basically like sprinting to keep up with this kid, and he didn't cause any of a ruckus because of his stealth. But y'all going as a group are just kind of walking. Where it took him like 5 or 10 minutes, it'll take y'all about 20 or 30. And that is also not taking into account anywhere that you stop. And looking at the stream, I think we're going to call a little intermission here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back
Take a little break.
about 10, 15 minutes. So for you
break.
podcast listeners, this is the end of this episode of the podcast. Come back next time for the second part, the exciting conclusion of this episode. But for you live stream and YouTube VOD watchers, we'll be back in about 10 or 15. Stay with us.
「
And we're
And
back.
welcome back, y'all.
Oh, we're back.
Hey.
Oh, we're back. Of course.
We're actually back.
Unbelievable.
Were
So,
you just picking your nose?
No, I was scratching my eye.
oh, okay.
There's a completely different spot
Whoa.
than his nose. Thank you.
Not
What is
really.
it?
Nose.
It's related.
Yeah, they're close enough. Anyway, so welcome back. For you podcast listeners, this is part 2 of 2 of episode 3. But for the stream and YouTube people, this is just continuing.
Hey.
So before the break,
We got some gifted subs in there. So yeah.
Oh, hey, Wences. Thank you, or Monk
Yeah.
gifted a sub to Wences. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Say
Doug.
his name, Dono. Say his name.
Wences.
There you go. All right.
Suck my dick. I'm kidding.
$20.
Dono has had
$20.
so much trouble with his name. Oh boy.
We got another
Like
one.
Wences.
Sadly got a gifted sub to DC Gamer 2016. Thank
One
you.
more, and we get a hype train.
Nice.
Oh, we do. Hey.
One more different person gifting a sub would start a hype train.
Yeah.
Cool,
We want a
but
hype
totally
train.
not.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
Hype.
before the
Hype.
break, we were talking about the plan, and we were talking to a blacksmith boy, a half-orc gentleman, Tharazal, who had his leg fixed in one of the most violent ways possible, but it was
We went
fixed.
real medieval on him.
Yeah.
It was middle of war type of medic training.
Yeah. And because of that, some shit happened, and now we're here. So Damon is currently hiding out in a secret spot. But the rest of the group is meandering their way in the general direction of that spot, looking for something we don't know what. So let's get back into it. So,
Hype for a little bit.
y'all, as you meander, is there anything you're specifically looking for, or are you just?
I
looking
figure
for
we're
a
probably
direction?
within the residential area, and I'm chewing on what might be the equivalent of a hot dog or a funnel cake.
Oh, so as you're kind of walking through this same multi-level, like alleyway and road, there are like a few places that the building is like flat. It's literally just big enough for it to be a storefront that a person stands in and makes like one thing in. And there's a few of these. There's one for there's one for little mini sliders. There's one for just like slabs of meat that are grilled, almost like mini like steaks, but
Like
they're
a
not
like a
burgers.
Renaissance.
Yeah. Turkey legs and, well, what would be like rad turkey legs.
Rad.
They're like twice the size of regular turkey legs. They're huge,
Because
really.
plus one uranium.
You can only sell you can only sell like 2 or 3 of those in a day before he's basically out of stock. He needs to go kill another rad turkey to come back. But you do eventually find a little pastry stand, a little deeper than the other ones, and kind of has some stuff hanging up by little, like they look almost like meat hooks, but he just has pastries kind of like punctured onto them. And if that's something you're interested in, you can just pick one up and pay for it.
Absolutely.
And you do so. You may mark off 2 silver.
Oof. I need to. Yeah. I look over to Zog. Can I borrow 2 silver?
You own a business. You
I
pay
do.
me. I got you.
Uh,
No,
yes,
I'm just
but-
busting your balls. I got you.
My last
Um,
payment came in, and I decided to make this little guy, and I show on my shoulder like what it looks like, a tiny little owl.
We have more pets.
Well, it was here all along. Y'all just
Yes.
decided to copy me. I'm just not gonna gloat, but it did take quite some coin to make him, and if I am losing more business, I will not have much money very long. So that's why
Right.
we're here.
I got you. Hey, now we're even because I was supposed to pay for a drink.
No, drink is not the same.
No. Yeah.
Drink is not the same.
Well,
unless there's alcohol in this pastry, the drink is not the same.
Zog, you can mark off 2
Zog
silver.
pours rum on the pastry.
Oh my god. You grab the pastry, you give the 2 silver, and then you pull out the bottle that you got from the bar, and you just like
yeah, I do have a bottle of booze on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bottle of really good booze too.
Yeah.
And you
That
just
I
like
poured.
and
You know what?
a little bit just splashes onto the pastry and off like across the little disposable, like aluminum foil. He gives you a little like aluminum foil. You know the little like boats, the little carnival boats that little things sit in, and you have like your side of fries. There's one of those made of like pounded aluminum foil, just shaped in the shape of like a little pastry boat. As you pour this, like just this little shot of this alcohol on, it kind of floats around in the little boat, and the pastry floats on top of it. You go to take a bite. A little bit kind of dribbles out. I need you to make a con save.
Shit.
While they're doing that,
What kind of alcohol is this?
How much would a single gold get me of the pastries?
You would get 5 of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna get 5.
He gives you a bag instead of like a little boat with 1. He gives you a bag with 5. And
Okay, so a con save?
Con save, yeah.
10.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So the rum mixed with like the filling of this pastry, it's kind of like a Boston cream. It's got a little frosting on top and a little cream in the middle and the pastry itself. And it was floating around in this rum just a little bit. You take a bite and it's hot cream. And it's hot like spice hot, like alcohol hot, not like temperature hot. And it's like, you feel it kind of curdling a little bit. Almost, just because the taste doesn't really match.
Also, like lemon and milk.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. You don't take any damage and you don't get affected by anything because 10
you just don't enjoy it.
Saved. It's just not that enjoyable.
It's digestible.
I spend another 2 silver to get her 1 without alcohol.
And
you grab another one and you hand it to her clean.
I'm gonna hand one of them that I got to Willow.
You watch as the pastry kind of goes from human size to manageable fairy size.
I would be so disappointed if I were you.
So totally over the table. I have a very bizarre question about this shrinking thing with Willow.
What's that?
If we tore off a piece of the pastry, so it was already Willow size, and gave it to Willow, would it shrink even more?
Yes. It
okay.
There's Feywild magic is weird, man.
I would, yeah.
Feywild, very specifically for small fey creatures like fairies, like Willow, their magical influence is enough that the things that are of the material plane are affected by fairy and small fey creatures' size.
Okay.
It's it's part of the magic that makes magical items conform to a body's form. Is a little bit of that aspect in there, but Willow just leaves a trail of glitter behind her as she flies and has this magic emanating from her very being a fairy. So sparkle. You and a little thing of glitter goes into one stand next to you, and you see a little flash of flame from the pan, and he's like, "Whoa, that's pretty good." And as you continue to fly past, and it's just over table, you basically perfectly cooked a little pork cutlet that was in his pan with just a dash of your fairy magic, and it was
I now cook.
Just it just and it's cooked. Wow. So as you're going along, You each get your little pastries. They're
Nom
pretty
nom.
good. There's some long johns and some like cinnamon twists and
Is there any
an apple tart.
fish? I just want raw fish.
Yes, there is a stand. As you're kind of transitioning from the commercial to more strictly the houses and the tenements and built like loft buildings, there is a quick transition from nicer kind of carnival like just like petty vendor food to, hey, we got haddock caught from the other day, like, you know, just like like raw meat and like usable material for like a restaurant or to bring home to use and cook.
Okay.
And you know, there's some haddock and it has like a row of eyes down its side. There's a tuna, which is really fucking big. Even bigger than what a tuna would be big in this, you know. And there's like these little like bite-sized fish. They're almost like bluegills, but they're like perfectly like circular like fish that are like they're almost, it's like a perfectly circular fish that you would put on a grill and grill on both sides and it would act like a fish burger.
Okay.
That's how like round, like actually circular these fish are.
They're fillet fish.
Pretty much. They're like
I'm just taking Ripples and I'm like hovering him over the fish being, which one do you want?
He like
not the tuna. No, I'm not fucking
yeah. And he kind of focuses on the little roundins, and he's just like and he just like snatches one up off the stand before you can stop him. And the vendor's like, "Hey, you're gonna pay for that?"
No, I'd say how much how many of these will 2 gold get me?
That one.
Those are 2 gold apiece? No.
They're very fine fish.
No, they're not. They're so tiny.
I would like to sniff
and he
the
like
fish.
he like grabs one that literally like half of it is left, and he hands it to you, and he goes, "Then you try it, asshole." And
it's raw.
I look at Zog. Zog, aren't you a fisherman too?
He is very intently handing it to you, like,
Oh,
eat this.
I eat it. I look Tesla in the eye.
Grab it.
I can't go
and you
fishing
like
right now.
You grab it and you like. It is melt in your mouth tender, and you don't feel any bones, and it is wonderful. How like smooth and chewy and like just generally delightful tasting this fish is. And you get it.
Yeah. So we ate 1.5, 3 gold, and you throw in 1 more.
Well, you got to pay for that one first. And he points to your 2. I almost said Ripples.
Ripples.
And he's still
with
just kind of like chewing. Yeah, still just kind of chewing away at it.
Are you still hungry? I'm like looking at Ripples. I'm like, you fucking. All right. I give
small gator.
I give the guy 2 gold. I'm just like, fucking rip off. Even though I know it's good.
And he just like flicks his hat, just like waves you away.
Is there like a name on this so I know what to come back for? Apparently, Ripple's favorite food.
Let me double check for you.
Don't you know the different types of fish, or do you just?
They're fish. Fish are fish.
Okay.
There are different types of fish.
You see the name kind of like painted across the back of his stand.
Yeah.
Gull the Monger's Roundin stand.
Yes, Sundial. There are different types of fish.
I was just about to say that feels like a jingle.
Gull the Monger's Roundin stand.
As everybody's moving off, Quinlan's gonna pay for 3 of those little fish patties.
Oh, okay. And he kind of like, now you're a perfectly fine customer. And he kind of stacks 3 of them up, and they make like a little disc tower in his hand. And he puts a little plastic sleeve on top of them, and just cinches it off and hands them to you. Now those will keep for about 2 days.
Noted. Thank you.
After that, they turn kind of rancid. So eat them quick. And he just goes back to barking to the people behind him.
All right, and I'm gonna catch up.
All right, and you catch up. So you start to make your way into the residential district, and you notice that less and less people. There we go. You notice that less and less people are kind of walking around this area. You notice tumbleweeds that are made of stray like wire, like wiry. It's almost like a steel wool tumbleweed.
Like
Just
cow guard or whatever?
Huh?
Cow guard wire?
Yes.
Yeah. Barbed wire.
Yeah. And it's just rolling along.
Worked on a farm.
Yeah. There are like wrought iron fences around here that are kind of like rusting away, falling apart. And again, you notice like just wandering the streets, just wandering around in this, what you can only assume to be an abandoned housing district, are these larger folks, carrying bags on their back, hauling sacks around, and they have these little hats that have this symbol on them. And the symbol looks like a little brass lantern. They don't pay much mind to you. It looks like their one and only goal here is to gather scrap, to gather material, to gather garbage. And you can see underneath where their armpit would be, stitched into their uniform, is what looks to be a very basic license, written out and printed onto like a slab of leather that is sewn into their uniform. And do any of you read or understand Orcish?
Yes.
Yes? Who else?
Let me double check here.
Nope.
Actually, let me double check. I'm assuming I do as a half orc, but I actually don't.
Yep.
Yeah, you do.
Double check that.
Yep.
You do.
Oh,
I do.
No,
Okay.
I don't.
I lived with a
But I
half
would
orc.
like to
I've
talk
lived
to
on
one.
a boat with a half orc for a really long time. I'm pretty sure I speak Orcish. I've picked
I'm
up.
pretty sure you would at least know
Sundial and
swears in
Zog.
Orcish.
Yeah.
Sundial and Zog. Anyone else have a base understanding of Orc? Or have an Orcish script like Goblin or Hobgoblin or anything close?
I have giant
No.
and primordial.
Mm,
I don't think either one apply.
Giant kind of borders on that language family, but only just. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Nope.
What language?
Orcish,
Orcish?
or any goblinoid script like Goblin or Hobgoblin or otherwise.
Mine speaks Orcish.
Tesla speaks.
Orc.
Orc?
Yeah.
All right.
Can't-
So
can't. Common and Orc.
Tesla, Zog, and Sundial can all read this license that is sewn underneath this, what you now see to be a very large orc. On his underarm, it reads, "License to collect abandoned refuse and material, as permitted by the government of the government of Snotdrizzle."
Yeah.
You need a license for that?
I have one of these in my office.
Oh.
Yours
I've just
is
been
written
doing
in
that.
yours is written in common, and you just keep a copy in your office.
I would want to need it written in orc.
If you don't
Or-
have
or-
a license to collect, you are basically stealing material from, and this license specifically pertains to like abandoned housewares and like, you know,
Oh,
just
okay.
things that where people would or might live in. You need that license. For
Okay.
just the dunes and the scraps and the irons, like the iron crags around, you can dig out of that as much as you like, but at a certain point, it just becomes like, you know, if you want the good shit, you go into town, and in order to go
Yeah.
into town, you have to have a license.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Sounds fair.
And you
And
need one in
again-
Orcish in case your business is they're like there are orcs around. Everybody is well, almost
Yeah?
everybody's a half orc, so like that's the
Why do you
language.
feel like it's a problem, huh?
I will smack you.
So as you're kind of like walking in their general direction, they're not paying you any mind. You're not paying them any particular mind.
Do I recognize any of like if they're new to the area, if I've taken them on the boat or anything? I feel like any half orcs he's kind of bonded with a little bit more than like most, but
make a history check for me, Zog. Zoggy.
that is a. Is my history any good? No, not really. That's an 11.
11. These are big dudes.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a really good look at their face, which you're like the best recognizer for.
Yeah.
You recognize their face more than anything else. And it's not like they're towering above you and you can't even get a look. They're just like, it would be obvious. It would be obvious if you were looking for their face.
Yeah.
It would be, and it might be rude. You pass by one and you get a look at his face just kind of naturally, and it's like, yeah, I could have taken him, but not off the top of my head.
A lot of us orcs looks the same, and I'm allowed to say that.
As you pass by that one specifically, he kind of looks down at your group, and he says something in Orcish. He goes, and you understand. You three understand it as, watch where your eyes are wandering.
In Orcish, I respond with, watch where you're throwing that smell.
Watch where you're throwing that smell?
Yeah.
He kind of looks at you and he's just like, and he like turns and continues to walk.
I was about to respond in Orcish. My eyes are up here.
Can I respond in Orcish? I'm ready to do it.
Oh my god. Wait, rewind it. I can do it better. I got a better one. Yeah. You might push it if you're responding to too many things. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So, I do need a marching order. So, what order are the five of you walking in, if any? Are you like shoulder to shoulder? Is one in front of the other? And if so,
I'm next to Zog because like I'm gonna be using him as a meat shield.
So that's at least two.
Zog is a dumb meat shield, probably in the lead somewhere.
Yes, but I'm average height. I can just duck behind you.
Sorry. I'll be in the back, and I'll also be looking for like materials on the ground and just picking them up.
Yeah, and I'll probably be taking point.
Okay, so Quinlan at point, then Zog and Tesla, then Sundial and Willow.
I have a question.
What's
for
your
Zog.
question?
Oh, yes.
Can I sit on your shoulder?
Absolutely. You'll end up sitting on Ripples, and I think is totally okay with like you are riding Ripples.
Yeah, as you kind of like flitter up to sit on his shoulder, you see Ripples sitting there, and you see his eye kind of like open and look back to you, and he just kind of does his low rumble, just and.
I feel like all the animals have like this connection with Willow because you're the reason we adopted.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
Willow could cast a spell to speak with him again right now. He knows how mellow he is. So.
Oh yeah, very mellow.
So you just kind of like rest on top of him, kind of like take your seat, and he's just, and you pet his head, and he starts to purr in his little alligator way, just like. And you continue on your walk. So, three in a line with Willow sitting basically on Zog's shoulder, and then Quinlan on the front, Sundial on the back. I need Sundial to make a perception check.
Okay. I got a 14.
14. Willow is 2 feet tall.
Oh, you're bigger than I was thinking. You can still like chill on my shoulder though. That's totally
yeah. It's like there's a possibility.
I
she's a
keep
little
thinking
less than 2 feet
fairy,
tall.
like Fairly Odd Parents, of like.
Yeah, like
Yes.
giant head, little itty bitty tiny body. Yeah, fairies are proportional, but 2 feet tall is only like this much. Like that's still pretty small. That's
So
a kid.
I have her as 2.5 feet tall.
2.5. So that's more like
that half is important.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I am 2.5
my
feet
elbow,
tall.
from my elbow to the end of my hand, which is still small.
Yeah, you're chilling up there.
So, 14. You don't really take any notice or mind of anything approaching your group. There you go. There you go. That was it. Right there.
Okay.
Brilliant.
There you go.
And that's if I'm standing up.
True.
I'd be sitting.
Sitting is even.
When the gator grows up, he'll be a great mount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a mini caiman. It is yet to be seen whether this is a fully grown mini caiman or not.
Oh.
But like I said, you don't seem to take any notice or mind of anything approaching your group.
Are we at the point that I investigated earlier with Quinlan, or are we?
Oh, you're past that
gone
point
past.
now.
Okay.
Okay. Good to know.
But you feel this. You feel just this shiver down the back of your neck and spine. Someone or something is watching you right now, and it's a little yucky, but you press on because you know you've got your friends with you and all that.
Cool.
This part of town feels like it might have been abandoned for a reason. As the wind blows through the wire metal trees that kind of dot this, they're like, you know how people make those bonsai trees out of like the golden wires and stuff like that? Imagine those, but made of just like wrought iron tubes. And they're just like planted into the ground. At some point in the making of this civilization, people thought that would be a good decoration to make trees out of some of the bigger pieces of metal. And it's creepy. Because sometimes if they're made of tubes, they whistle, and it's even creepier.
Oh no!
I would
and they
find
just
that
kind
relaxing.
they just kind of come over the wind of just this like. And it's off-putting to say the least.
Is it getting gloomy? Is it getting like?
The clouds, it's starting to, the sun is starting to like kiss the horizon. It'll be a couple more minutes before it gets dark.
Okay. Well, yeah, my character is not quite comfortable in this place. I imagine the place where her parents set up shop is actually kind of more of the locale that they left and a little bit busier. And this is not right. Not where you want to set up shop.
No. Yeah, this feels like it would be a very like inopportune place to set up shop. Sundial and Zog, you swear you hear something giggle behind you and to the left.
I look at Tesla and I'm just like, get ready for something.
Do I feel any movement around me in the earth?
Get ready for what?
Something. I don't know.
Oh.
Something.
Because of my blind sight?
With how much of a reach is that again?
10 feet. I have a 10-foot radius.
No.
Dang it.
Not yet.
I had a little closer to Zog.
Can I do an active perception out in front of us?
Of course.
5.
Looks good to you. Looks clear.
And
although you got a bad feeling about this.
That looks like an open land right out there. Okay.
If my character is sensing or is uncomfortable, I assume my little invention is turned into some type of predatory animal.
Your homunculus is like rattling on your shoulder right now. It's
it's scary?
It is creeped the fuck out because you're creeped the fuck out. And it shares,
little guy.
It minorly. A little friend has joined you.
Yes.
What?
Oh, it's my cat,
Yeah.
What's the cat's name? We have to know.
William.
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 Aw.
Love it.
I
William
die for
Shakespeare.
William.
Oh, I love
I
him.
was hoping you would say Shatner.
No, I'm not a fan of Shatner. I'm sorry.
Shatner's
Aw.
not.
Yeah.
But
Either way.
yeah, okay. I thought my kid. Okay, he's scared with me. Aw.
Yeah, but he is like he could transform into a little predator if you wanted him to. What I can think of right off the top of my head would either be a weasel or a mink.
Something. Yeah. Some. Maybe
Or a mongoose.
maybe he's posturing. Maybe he's looking tougher than he feels.
Looking a bit like a mongoose.
Mongoose.
A mongoose.
Honey badger.
They don't
That's a little big.
A little bit of a
Okay.
mongoose in you.
So
Yeah.
he's kind of like he does the little mongoose thing where their like body just like horseshoes up, just making himself big.
Meerkat.
Yeah. And because I still don't have battle maps. This is the thing,
Ooh.
right? I don't have battle maps, so if we enter into combat, it'll mainly be theater of the mind, which I
That's
hope.
fine.
Fine by me.
Totally fine. That's my
Fine,
Thursday
fine,
games.
fine.
Yeah, that's how I do my Wednesdays.
Controversial opinion. I prefer it.
Mm.
Really?
I
100%,
honestly, yeah.
All right. Well, if the majority are in agreement, Sundial,
Yes.
you feel a jabbing
course, I'm
pain
not
in your
there.
leg. Or you don't. It rolled a... It... You feel the... So, you basically are... Oh, God. Here we go. Turn this down a little bit. This is called a Fog of War, if you're interested.
Ooh.
I'm interested. Will that be written down?
Will there be a test on this later?
So it didn't roll very well. What's your armor class?
15.
15. Yeah, no. You feel a little tink against what would be the back of your leg.
Can I keep it?
Zog, no, not Zog. Yes, Zog. You feel much of the same.
I feel a tink
What's
on
your
the back
armor
of my leg. 16.
Rolled a 15.
Ha!
So it just.
I saved your ass.
So the first
You
one
did.
rolled. First one rolled 10. So the first one rolled 10. The second one rolled 15. And last but not least, Quinlan was in the front, right?
Yes.
Tesla. God damn. It rolled an 8.
Oh, thank goodness.
Guys, I think we're gonna be fine in this campaign.
You.
You
So
say that
you
now.
you
my
hear
AC is
a
11.
noise. You hear a noise that goes kind of like, and you all three of you either. So Tesla, you feel a whoosh past your leg. Sundial, you feel a tink against your leg. Zog, you feel a dagger blade like swipe across your leg armor. Like it does. Like it doesn't hit skin. And you all turn and see three little, what look to be like a mix of kobolds and goblins, or coblins.
Oh shit.
Goblins.
Goblins. They have dragonoid features like kobolds and the stature and constitution of goblins. I need y'all to roll. I need y'all to roll initiative.
Let's see how good my boy rolls initiative.
Right. right?
I think I found that is going
Oh,
to
shit.
be dirty 20.
Five
What?
king!
What? What? 5 fives? Every single person rolled a 5?
No, I rolled a
No.
2.
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. 5, 5, 5. I got a 5. That's
You get a 5, and you get a 5.
So the first, so just to be absolutely transparent about this, one of them rolled a natural 1, so that one is
Oh,
going
no.
back. So I would say that they attack as that 2 of them attack as a group, and the other one is kind of like a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. He's the leader. He go, but even then, he didn't roll a lot better. So I need so a dirty 20. Oop. I'm gonna make my.
Reese is just gonna go pop, pop, pop against all of them real quick, and just be like,
Oh my god.
cool.
So initiative. So we have a dirty 20. We have a 5, a 5, a 5, a 5, a 2, and a natural 1.
I have a +2 to my dexterity.
I was trying to look to see if I had any plus, but
One.
Plus 1.
Minus 1.
Minus 1.
So I can go first.
I think I have a
the
+1,
co-
so a
the
3. but-
Coblin Willow, I need you to roll off with the other Coblin.
Okay.
What'd you get?
I rolled an 18.
19. He rolled a 13. You're going first.
Yes.
No, you're going first. Okay, so 20, and then 5, and then 5, and then 5, and then 5, and then 2, and then 1. That's insane. So 20 is Quinlan.
The dice
The
roll.
first 5 in the order would be who had a +2? Sundial has a +2. So
Yep.
Sundial.
Sorry, I was taking a drink.
Next 5 in the order would be Willow. The next 5 in the order would be Coblin Leader. The next 5 in the order would be Zog. 2 for Tesla and a 1 for the other 2 Coblins. Okay.
Oh, did somebody write that down? I wasn't.
I just wrote it down.
Okay.
I've got it all in my
Dippy's
handy
much-
dandy notebook.
Dippy's much better at holding initiative than I am.
So, first of all, Quinlan,
Yes,
you were
sir.
at the front of the group, and you looked to the head of the pass, and you're like, oh, it's fine up there. You turn around just in time to see these 3 attacks like happen, and then you're just like, well, shit. And what do you do? What's your turn?
It makes so much sense to Quinlan first to jump in action.
Let's see.
First battle,
punch it,
first
right?
combat of the campaign.
Who's
right?
the which one is closest to me?
It would be the one at Zog's feet.
All right. I'm gonna hit it with the quarterstaff that's in my hand that I've been using to walk.
All right, roll an attack.
Whack.
Whack.
What do you think, Wackus Bunkus?
What do you think? Ooh,
Kill them.
you naughty Wackus Bunkus.
Not you, wackish.
17.
17. That definitely hits. And the one at, I would say that the one at Zog's feet would be one of the 2 regular ones.
All right.
So I'll just say. Whoop. And. Oh boy.
You doggy.
And that is going to be a total of 8 damage.
8 damage.
Yes.
Wow. That feels like a lot. Okay. Okay.
You sure there's just 3?
I mean,
No.
6
No. You're fine.
4.
Wow, +4. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Very
Because
good.
of my dex.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I should probably figure out what I'm gonna do.
That's what I was doing. I was like, wait a minute, I don't have any weapons.
Yes. Please take this time to figure out your turns. I gotta jot quick stats. These folks.
Yep.
Seems fine.
So I think it's Sundial that's up next.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Sundial would be up next. Is that all you're doing with your turn? Any movement or a bonus that you can do?
Let me see, because I'm not going to move. I'm going to hold the line here. Oh, can I flurry of blows?
Key point. Absolutely.
I will do that.
So you get another attack.
3.
Or is flurry of blows only with unarmed attacks?
No.
Flurry of blows is
Flurry of
with
blows
any
is
monk weapon.
It's just another attack. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Then you're good.
And funny enough,
Total of 10
10
to hit.
to hit.
Well, you get flurry of
no.
blows is 3 unarmed strikes, right?
No.
No, not at this level.
yeah.
Oh,
not
not
at level.
right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sit down. Okay.
It'll go up as I get more
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
level.
I'm mostly main monk, but I forgot that we're low level.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm used to like level 8, 9 monks.
Hey, Dippy, can we get a level up right now?
Yeah.
We instantly know everything.
Okay. So that was a 10 to hit for the second attack?
Correct.
No, that does not hit.
Had a feeling.
And it just like you bonk it on the head with the first one, and it's just like ah! And it like ducks out of the way for your second one, and he's just like oh, shit. And he's just like and that's the end of your turn. So Sundial.
Oh.
How far away is the one that like did a thing to me?
It's like in melee with you.
Okay. I will chromatic orbit. So you just see the orb and Sundial's like center just begin to spin. Just.
Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. The sorcerer.
Does the 16 hit?
A 16 hit. The one at your feet. Yes.
Okay. So I get to roll a d6 to see what the damage typing is.
Okay.
A 6.
Which
It is. What type of damage is that?
I think it says in the spell.
I'm trying. Well, the thing is that it doesn't.
Chromatic orb.
Oh, it's thunder damage. You just hear
Thunder.
You just see Soundwave just go
Oh my
right
God.
into its eardrums as I roll 3d8.
Oh, chromatic orb is so great. And you just like he described, the orb at the center of his core like fluctuates in color, and it eventually lands on this like light blue color, and you hear like emanate from his center. What'd you
So
get?
that's
Gotta pull up a
16
calculator,
points
too.
of damage.
16?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh,
A 6, a 2, and an 8.
nice. Okay,
That's pretty nice.
so I need 3 calculators, one for each goblin.
Yes. You just see him.
No.
As you just see the orb begin to slow down and just blood begin to trickle out the goblin's ears. Like,
Pretty much.
me don't like you.
And your... So the first one took 8 because the second attack missed. This one took 16. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you do see a little bit of like, just like green blood kind of pouring out of its like ears from the close impact, and you see it just like grip onto its ears and just like and you hear one of them go and the other one doesn't respond. Like it's just writhing in like deafening pain, at least for this one.
Bonus action using meta magic to regain my spell slot, because that's the only thing I can do.
There you go. Up next is Willow. Willow, what are you doing?
Okay, is one of them in front of me, like within a
in
15-foot? Like
If you
range?
look to the left and down, you would see the one at Zog's feet, which is the one that Quinlan hit.
Okay.
It kind of like dodge rolled like away back to the edge of its 5-foot melee cube. So away from the feet, but like not like out of melee with you. You would technically be 5 feet above and then 5 feet out, so you would be like 8 or 10 feet, let's call it.
Because it says
Hey,
each
thanks for the
creature in a fifth. Woo.
Thanks for the
In a fif-
follow.
In a 15-foot cube originating from me.
From you, what spell is this?
Thunder wave.
Ooh. Okay,
So if
so
you
how
wanted
it
to
works?
get up, if you wanted to fly, like
I don't want to hit
over
the person I'm standing on.
exactly. So if you wanted to like get up, fly, and then move like 15 feet away, you would
Let's do
catch
that.
that goblin on the edge of the cube. So
Let's
you
do
kind of
that.
like you go towards in the direction of like the front door of this abandoned house, and you're just like, well, let's hope this works. And you just like another deafening thunderclap, like coming from your hands in the direction, and it just emanates from you.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you would catch the other one in this cube as well if you flew in the correct direction. So,
Okay.
so what is it a save on part of each of the goblins?
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. What's the
Fantastic.
DC? Oh, shit.
Probably not that.
This one has such a
What's the DC?
nice usage too.
What?
What's the DC?
13.
It did not make 13. Let me roll for the other one just for shits and giggles. Natural 20. So this... Oh, and this implements a house
They'll
rule.
take-
Yeah.
So, super saves, for those of you watching at home. If you roll to save against damage, and you roll a natural 20, in my games at least, if you roll to save against damage, and you roll a natural 20, you half the damage again. So, you end up taking a quarter. And if you roll a natural 1, you take double the damage. This applies to everybody, not just the players. It applies to creatures as well.
Mm.
So some benefits and pros and cons. So one of them will take a quarter of what you're about to roll, and one of them will just take full damage.
Okay.
7.
7. So
You fail me,
One.
dice.
the one of them takes 7, and the other one takes half of 7 is
If you want to round it down, it could be 1 or 2.
rounding. If it's rounding down, it's 3, and then if you round down again, it's 1. Yeah. So one of them takes 1 damage, and the other one takes 7. And I'll say that one, yeah. So, and it because it was just on the edge of this cube, it just like it feels like a little tingling sensation in like its feet and like legs. This is the one that's still like covering its ears and like so. I feel like flavorfully, because it's covering its ears, that's why it made a natural 20 on the save against thunder damage. It's because it's already protecting from the shockwave. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's my
So
turn.
that's nice and thematic. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. It is the Coblin leader's turn. And he kind of like is holding what looks to be a short sword, and the other two are holding daggers. And he looks to the other two and he points in the direction of one of the houses, and he's just like, "Gachamataka!" And he like and jumps and attempts to make like a flying leap onto who does he make a leap onto? I'm gonna say he makes a leap because this is the third one that like attacked. It would be the one at Tesla's feet, so it's gonna try to like back up and like onto Tesla.
Oh no.
Not the Tesla. What'd you get? Natural
What?
20.
That is a
No, I
natural
can't.
20.
Oh shit.
So,
Rough.
I got you, Tesla.
which, funnily enough, invokes another house rule. So, simple crits. If you crit on an attack, and this applies to everyone, if you crit on an attack, you take the maximum damage that the attack can be, and you roll the dice for it one time. So,
Yes.
that would be...
It's gonna be our first player character death, you guys.
No.
NPC.
No. So...
This
so
is an escort
six-
mission. I am the NPC. You're supposed to protect me.
6 plus 3 plus 4... 13 slashing damage.
What?
That's like my entire HP.
I'm looking for my HP. Where did I put it?
Y'all are not that... Oh, God.
We're level 2, dude.
We're all level 2.
Okay. But y'all, okay. This is a natural 20, mind you.
Yeah. It's all fair.
Also, mind you, your cleric has 1 spell slot left. Because we decided to fix somebody's leg
So,
that gave us
it just
information we already
leaps.
had.
And you
I
like
also had
look,
to
and you
learn.
like look in the direction of it leaping, and it just like slashes. Like it
Okay, I
comes,
see it.
it comes like across your forehead, down into the gap in your shoulder, and it's just like a gashing blow of this sword, and you feel a little bit of blood start to drip out of your cheek.
What an
And
ass.
and it'll move kind of around. It'll move like between Zog's legs, which
Wait,
would activate
you-
an attack of opportunity for you, but it's at disadvantage if you don't want to hit Zog.
Who doesn't want to hit Zog?
You do.
You.
It activates an
If
attack
you
of
wanna
opportunity
attack
for
the-
you, because it's
Okay,
running
wait,
away
wait,
from
so
your sphere
what-
of influence.
What does your say my HP is?
Oh,
Do you not have
you
your
are
HP?
at. So if you took
'Cause
13 damage,
I think I know what mine is, but
you are at 6.
okay, that's what I thought. That's what I was making sure I was on the same page because I
wow.
had it. I was on another. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell.
You're good.
So yeah, I'm at 6. So they're gonna run past me, so that's an attack of opportunity.
Yes, but like
Okay.
I said, if you want to try not to hit Zog, it's at disadvantage.
Honestly, like,
I'm sure he could take it. I will just.
that's exactly.
Just straight roll.
Yeah, and what I'm gonna do is what I planned on. Oh shit!
The heck?
You're just
And
rolling
this is
away.
my house.
Come back! Yeah, come back!
House sword.
It's on a pivot. I was
Yeah,
going to
that-
use
You know, for the Friends fans out there.
lightning shock. So Tesla has
Are you allowed to do that as an attack of
Attacking
opportunity?
he's got shocking grasp. It is
Does
an
it just-
action. It is the touch. So if
If
they're
it's
within,
an attack, it can happen as a reaction, as an
Okay.
attack of opportunity.
okay.
Is
Right?
that a house rule we're doing? Because
Hold on.
Reactions and
attack-
actions are 2 different action types.
Yeah.
So is a reaction attack just with like a weapon, or is it? Just...
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're using a
Oh,
spell,
okay.
you need the Warcaster feat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a spell. Yeah, that's right. Never mind. So
Mhm.
Not to be too rules lawyery, especially against
We-
my own player, which I feel bad about. But
yeah, sorry. I thought this was like a feature
Nope.
and not a spell.
Are you
but if it's
casting
using
a
a
spell?
spell,
It's a cantrip.
shocking
No,
grasp. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a. You have to be
Warcaster,
a warcaster
sorry.
to be able to use shocking grasp as a reaction.
So do you have a
and attack.
weapon on you that you can attack with?
My homunculus, who is apparently scared.
Your homunculus is a weapon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My
it is.
my homunculus has attack. We discussed that.
Yeah.
The Homunculus can attack. They can kick ass.
Yeah,
Those got
that's why
bad damage,
why
baby.
I made
I
this
know it's
little
here somewhere.
fella.
Yeah.
They're bad
It's more
man
than
your
human
gammas.
brain.
homunculus. The homunculus delivers a spell you cast at higher range of target. I mean, yeah. If it's a so this is weird. So a homunculus making its attack is you casting a spell through it, but because it's an attack with your object, I'm not going to look too much farther into this. I'll say it's okay. What spell do you want to cast through your homunculus?
I don't know. I don't really have anything. Like, the
Well,
shocking grasp
that-
is literally...
Well, no, if you're doing it through your homunculus, then shocking grasp is totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Technically, your homunculus also has its own turn on top of it, but can also cast spells.
Right.
Like cast your spells
what
as
other,
its action.
like-
So
What other
why
objects do you
is shocking
have?
grasp
You have a
available
hand
for-
axe.
Yep.
You have a hand axe or a mace that you can use.
technically,
I think I lost that info.
both the homunculus and you get an attack of opportunity on it because the homunculus is on you.
Very true. So let's say your spell that you want to cast through your homunculus is
If we're gonna get technical about things, because the homunculus
get
is its own
really
thing.
technical.
I apparently did not write that down.
Your homunculus just goes right after your turn, though.
Right,
Yeah.
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 Unless I give it a command.
Yeah,
Do you
but
have
that just
shocking
costs your
grasp as
bonus
a
action.
feature? Or is that written on your paper sheet?
Otherwise, it just defends.
Right,
which-
just tell me what shocking grasp is, and your homunculus will do it, and you can roll an attack with a hand axe.
Okay, so it's an instant 1d lightning attack.
Well,
and it has
you
have to
advantage
ro-
against middle.
It's a melee spell attack,
Yes, it is.
Yes. Yes, it's the touch attack.
so you have
Right.
to use your homunculus's dex. Or no, you use your spellcasting modifier to be able to cast, to be able to
Yep.
use it, and then yeah. So, but your
So go for
homunculus
it.
uses it. Okay,
Roll, baby, roll.
this is very.
He
Alright,
got
Theater of
Wait.
the
it.
mind. Theater of the mind.
Well, I got a 1.
Oh.
Oh, that
Oh god! So your homunculus just like it's like jittering,
It's
and it's like it's getting away, and it just like leaps and falls to the ground. Like,
You still get an
It's-
attack.
like the cartoon, just like it leaps and it's just like hands out, and it just like falls straight down.
God.
No effect. You can roll an attack with a hand axe though.
No, I no.
It's just
No.
Another. We will not do another.
Oh god. Okay. All right. So, it just kind of skitters under Zog's feet and like turns to face in the direction of Zog and Sundial and Quinlan at this point. So, Zog, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. This little fucker that just hurt my friend is in front of me.
Yes.
I grab it by its skull and I cast Inflict Wounds.
Oh my god.
cast
What the
wounds.
hell?
cast.
You
What
have to
happened? Excuse
Inflict
me.
Wounds?
Oh, bad
Inflict
touch.
wounds,
Got
though.
it.
Holy shit. Go for it. I mean, roll an
Yeah.
attack.
This is the
I
best.
think it is
16?
16. Just hits.
Alright,
Just
so
hits,
that's,
baby boy.
that's
So you, like,
3d10.
You just like
I
grab
literally
it by
just-
the skull and you just like
Yeah, it's tiny, right?
it's
it's
a
just like,
small
I-
creature.
Yeah, I one hand just on the top of its head, and then it's 3d10. Whew, that's a good
Flavor-
23 damage.
Holy shit.
23 necrotic
Wow.
damage.
Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god.
And then I don't know how you want to do this. I would love as a bonus action if while my hand is on him, if Ripples can crawl down and give him a good bite.
Okay.
He's tiny. I figured it wouldn't be a lot of damage, but
Hold on.
It's a good little chunk.
Hold on. Yeah. Hold
Yeah.
on just a minute here. 23 goddamn damage.
and I'm
so-
just like,
Melt his brain.
I don't know if I mentioned this for the other two. All three of them at this point. No. Only Mr. Leaderman. Mr. Leader, the Kobold Leader is bloodied from that one attack. He is you basically sapped half of its health with that one attack.
I look at him. I'm like, you hurt.
And Ripples just
Like,
crawls down your arm, making it. Just roll a d20
yeah.
for Ripples.
Ooh,
I would-
17.
17 alone would hit. So, yeah, he just kind of like, and bites down onto this like kobold's ear, and just like, and the kobold. Describe your inflict wounds for me, please.
So as I reach my hand down and just put it on his head, I just like you see Zog's eyes almost turn like stormy, like you see like lightning go through them for very brief, as you just hear him like, "You hurt my fucking friend," and it's almost like a wave of water goes down his arm as it just floods into his head, as into the leader's head, and slowly just squishes.
Yeah, you see his head like swell like a grape, and just filling with fluid, and like you can see like seams and little cracks in his skin just forming with little like water pustules bursting out of it. And you see that water turn from like a light blue to that sickly dark ocean green as it just like leaks out of his skull and just goes, and he just goes, and the kobold and Ripples just like, and he just goes,
Are we doing any damage for, like, I was thinking just like 1d4
He does.
for this
He,
little
yeah,
guy.
he does 1d.
Yeah.
Dono gave me a good damage roll that I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna roll for him. And I rolled a 4 plus 2, so
Yeah.
he did 6 more damage to this guy.
And he's also technically grappled.
I wouldn't.
Because he's a gator.
I mean, he's a mini
Gators
caiman.
do. That is the only thing gators can do are grapple, but I'm not gonna say.
It's like it's grappled in the way that your grandmother holding you by the ear is grappling.
Yeah.
you.
If,
I mean,
anything, can I say that like
So it's
because
super effective.
Yeah.
because he's latched on to
Very
his ear,
effective.
can he be using his tail in the leader's eyes, just fucking him up for his stab? It's okay if the answer is
that
no.
I'm gonna say would have to be a rule of cool, which would be an inspiration point.
I have 2 left.
I'll call it.
100%
I'll call
burn.
it 1 point.
Ripples will totally latch onto
Okay.
him, and,
And it's just like, and he's waving his tail in front of his face.
Yeah.
He now has, I would say he now has disadvantage for his next attack when his turn comes back around. Tesla, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
I don't know.
You see the other 2 goblins just kind of like, they're all kind of like bunched up, like the leader stands in front of the other 2 in like a little triangle at this point.
Wait, they're in front of him?
They are, yeah, they're all standing in front of, because you are all facing each other. So Zog is in front of you.
Oh, so we're not in a
Sundial-
circle.
Now Sundial and Quinlan are like flanking you on your sides. Zog is in front of you, and then it's the leader and the 2 goblins behind him, and behind them, who cast Thunderwave earlier, is Willow. Just kind of like
Oh, okay.
flittering.
Okay, so she moved. Okay.
Yeah. Only one to have done so far, too.
What's the closest one to me? The one in front of Zog?
It would be the leader in front of Zog, yeah.
Okay. I guess I will attack. But you'll have to give me stats because I forgot to write down the fact that I have an axe and I don't know where my information is.
So
got
your oops.
I can just pull up Tesla's right now.
Okay. So you also have a light crossbow.
Yeah. So
Oh, right. Because I have
You have a light crossbow, a hand axe, a mace, and your unarmed strike.
Okay. I still have something. I have a repeating shot, but I'm not going to do that right now. So let me do the well, no, because crossbow is distance. Let me do the axe.
What? Okay. What spells do you have prepared on your paper sheet?
Alarm.
Yeah,
I see alarm and mending on D&D Beyond. Those are just
Right.
there by default.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, she was not prepared for battle combat. So like I'm totally willing to play this flat-footed. So like yeah, she'll have her axe. Grab her axe.
okay. Make an attack.
Um,
Add 1.
Great. 18.
18. That'll hit. Roll your damage 1d6 minus
okay.
1.
Yeah, it's not very strong. Ooh, 5.
5 minus 1. 4.
No.
Oh, you rolled a 6.
I rolled a 6.
Very nice. Very nice. 5. He's looking very hurt. The leader boy is looking kind of rough right now. Is that the end of your turn? Is there anything else you would like to do? Weapon fighting, yeah, no.
Yeah, except maybe like if I can use I can't disengage. I want my homunculus back if he's on the ground.
Yeah, he can just skitter up, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
And that would be like his turn, unless you want him to try to make a different attack. Yeah, he'll just stick with you. It is now the other 2 goblins' turns. The other 2 will kind of like come out from behind the leader and approach Quinlan and Sundial. So one of them rolled the same goddamn thing. Fucking 7 to hit. That would be against Quinlan.
Oh, what?
7.
Okay. No, that's not gonna hit.
No, that doesn't hit. So he just like, oh wait, no. The whole reason I did that, pack tactics. Better. 15.
That's my AC.
So it hits. We're doing meter beat.
Okay.
Rolled 1 on the damage, so that is 3 piercing damage. He just kind of like, and just like finds the little like fold in your leg armor, and just you feel a little dagger just go into your calf. The other one, Sundial. Not great. Worse. How does a 10?
No.
He just kind of like, and he'll like climb up onto your leg and try to like jam the dagger like down in, but he doesn't hit anything.
I just like split the stone so he completely misses it.
There's like, nothing there to hit, and he's just like, and like looks up at your core, and your eyes look down at him, and he's like, uh-oh. And that's their turns. They just have 1 attack. They're like basic fighters. Back to the top. Basic. Yeah, they're basic. Back to the top of the round. It's Quinlan.
All right. All right. Time to quarterstaff this one that just stabbed me.
Yep. He kind of like.
Was that one the leader by chance?
No, it was one of the underlings. It was one of the plain fighters.
How far away is the leader?
They all kind of like backed up away from you. So what they basically just did is they ran up, attacked, and ran back, like to like be behind the leader again. So all of them are 15 feet away from you now. They didn't think too far ahead to be like, hey, let's be right next to them to attack and then run away with pack attack. Actually, because they ran away, that would activate an attack of opportunity for Quinlan, Sundial, and Zog. Zog, you would only be able to hit one of them with 1 reaction.
Okay.
So each of you can make an attack of opportunity.
All right, I'm gonna go for the one that stabbed me then with the attack of opportunity.
Sure. Punk.
And that is going to be another dirty 20.
Hits. So you just
a 23
bonk.
To hit.
What's it? What to hit?
23.
23. Yeah, that hits.
1d10 plus 2 would be... Actually, no, it'd be 1d8 plus 2 because I'm using one hand to cast a spell, so I can't
Right.
use animate.
Yeah.
Right.
1d8.
9 damage.
I got a dirty
9
20.
Which one? You can
So
pick
another
left
8.
or right on the goblin you want to hit, Zog.
Right.
Okay, that's the same one Quinlan's hitting.
All right, and that's 8 from me as well.
So 9 and then 8. He is in dire straits.
I will
Sundial?
finish him off because I got a dirty 20.
No, you can only hit the left one.
Okay, fine. I got a dirty 20 for that one. And
20 hits.
I rolled a 4 plus 4 because my strength is 18.
Minus 8. That one's looking pretty rough too, but he's not down yet. Not down for the count yet. So back to Quinlan's turn.
All right, and as I did that swipe, I'm gonna let the staff drop. I'm gonna draw out my rope dart.
Sure. Oh.
And I'm gonna go for the leader who is 15 feet away now.
Mm-hmm. So you just, like the Kensei instructor on TikTok, swinging this rope dart around, and you release, make an attack.
Come on! Don't fail me now.
This is gonna be so good.
Okay, could you not land on the keyboard?
Oh.
All right, that is going to be a 24.
Yeah, that hits. So what is your rope dart damage, my guy? What did you want it to be?
All right, that is going to be another 8.
8. So what did you roll to accomplish that?
That was a D6.
A D6 plus your dex?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Good. Leader takes 8 more. Yes?
Yep. And I'm going to do my flurry of blows.
If you would like to. That's another key point down for you.
All right. And that is 15.
15. Against the leader?
Yeah.
That just misses. So you swing and you hit with the first one and you kind of like reel it back around your head and like swing out again, but you didn't properly recover it. So it just like cheekbone the leader. And needless to say, if he didn't already shit his pants, he has now. But you just miss, and because it's a just miss, I would say if you want to recover your dart, you can.
Yes.
If you rolled like really low, it would take like the rest of your turn to recover that dart. But you did. It was all right.
All right.
It was a near miss. And you hear him just go, and like you see them looking very scared. Sundial, it's your turn now. What would you like to do?
How far away are each one of them?
They are all like 15 feet away from you.
Okay, I will cone or burning hands all of them.
Okay. Is
Does
burning
he have
hands
to-
10 feet or 15 feet?
That is 15-foot cone, my good man.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in the way.
The only person who would be in the way at the moment would maybe be Zog, but the cone, like the way the cone is shaped, it should be fine.
Yeah.
So you just.
So I need all of them to make me a dex save of 14.
Each one?
Yes.
That's a natural 20.
Damn.
It's a 3, and the leader. That's cocked. That's like that's an 8. So that's a 4, a natural 20, and an 8 for the leader. So
were any of those done with advantage?
Why?
Because I will negate it with my sorcery ability.
No, none of it was at advantage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I have the ability to negate advantage and
Okay.
disadvantage.
So, what's the minimum amount of damage you would be able to do with this?
3?
You instantly kill both the leader and the one that failed.
Okay.
Like, regardless of what you roll, but roll to see how much you do to the other one.
That was 9 points of damage.
9.
I rolled 3 fucking 3s. That was bullshit.
He's on.
I'm doing like half the amount of damage that all my spells could do.
So, you instantly barbecued 2 of these. And the last one is left on 1 health. And it is Willow's turn next.
Wait, there's 1 left?
There is 1 left. Unless there's something else you can do.
Is it the chief or no?
No, it is one of the underlings.
You. Drop weapon.
Make an intimidation check for me, please.
Intimidation.
Intimidation.
Got a plus.
At advantage for obvious reasons.
Okay. Oh, with advantage? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Whatever. 12.
12.
Wasn't great.
At
I could have.
advantage.
Yeah, I got an 8 and a 5, and I have a +4. I'm not proficient in intimidation.
He like looks up at you, and he's holding on to his like dagger, like just. Not effective. You rolled a 16 resolve. He did not give in. He is
Resolve in this economy?
It's like, you know, it's like I don't know what the literal name for that check would be against an intimidation.
It's a wisdom save.
A wisdom save, sure. So yeah, 16
or a wisdom check. So
against it, yeah. And he's just like, he's not buying it, and he is gonna fight until his last breath if he has to.
Which is about to be it now.
I was gonna say, well, he's coming up close on.
Yeah, he's coming very close to it. Willow, it's your turn now.
Okay, so before I do it, I just want to double check. If I do a cantrip as my action, I can do a level 1 spell.
Other way around. If you do a level 1 spell, then you can do a cantrip as your bonus.
Oh.
Well, because on here it says I can do healing
That's your
word
homebrew,
as a bonus.
right, Donna?
Yeah, but that's at like level 5 is when you're able to do that.
Oh, then never mind. So no.
So I can't do a healing word as a bonus action.
No, not yet.
Healing word is a bonus action, isn't it?
Healing word is a bonus action anyway.
Yeah.
But
okay,
one spell. 1 spell per turn.
I mean,
until level.
I've always allowed. Okay, so my homebrew has always been that you can do an action spell and a bonus action, but this isn't my game. But you had asked me what my homebrew was, so
yeah,
I wanted to just clarify that. I'm not trying to step on your toes. So
yeah, so
okay.
and you also said level 5, so
yeah,
you're not there yet. We'll
So
get there though.
If that's the case, how am I within 30 feet of it?
Yes.
I'm going to use my quarterstaff and smack it.
Roll to hit. The only way you wouldn't kill it is if you missed.
There's only a +3.
Let's do it.
Oh, thank God. That's a 22 to hit.
Hey, that.
So how do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Like a wasp. She. Sorry.
I have my staff in my hand, and I'm just going full force. Y'all just see Willow go boom, and she goes smack like she's golfing.
Yeah.
Bonk! And you see, with enough force to dislocate the neck,
Ooh.
and just like you see the neck like poof, like off of its socket, but it doesn't disconnect because the blunt force isn't enough to sever the skin. So so the head just kind of like lolls off to one side, and then he just kind of falls. That is a doorbell. And you are all out of combat. Well done, y'all. Well done.
Does anyone need healing?
I'm good.
I do.
Healing word. That I can do.
All right. How much do you give Tesla?
That's what I.
I'm out of spell
Gotta
slots,
do.
or else I would.
1d4. It just
Very good job,
scares
guys.
me every time. 1d4.
Oh,
4 points.
Was that
Oh, cool.
storm in your eyes seen by everybody there,
Yeah.
Dadley?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Okay, so how much do you give to Tesla?
She said 4, so I'm at 10
4.
now.
Yes, you are. You need 9 more to be back at full.
Right.
Let's see. Quinlan is down a little bit, but not much. But if we're gonna keep fighting,
Dog didn't get
You
hit.
look around. You all look around, like after this dies down, and you hear, like, in his dying barbecued moment, the leader just kind of just like, and just like you hear like a little like pitter patter running far away from all of you. Like, he's not fucking with that shit.
There was another?
You hear the pitter patter of feet running away.
How far away is it?
Yeah.
Catapult.
Like, by the time you notice the footsteps, it would be anywhere between 45 and 60 feet away.
I'd like to throw a spear.
Yeah, catapult. I need to make a dex save.
Okay, so let's get this all. Let's get this all figured out. Who has what and who wants, and how much is it to use it? So you have a spear you want to throw.
Yeah.
Catapult is a dex save.
You have catapult. Catapult is a dex save.
Yeah.
13.
Fails.
12 to hit.
12 to hit.
Yeah.
Misses.
Damn.
And I just want to chase after it.
Oh God. Okay.
Can I
Do you know
cast
which
chill
direction
touch?
it went?
Chill touch.
Yes.
Roll to cast chill touch. If you're running
17.
after it,
That don't do nothing.
17 damage.
Yep.
I rolled a 1, guys.
1.
There's
Nothing.
my first 1.
No.
So, Zug, you hear this pitter patter, and you're like, "I got it!" And you toss the spear, and it just into the ground, like right next to it. It stops, grabs it, starts to run away again. The catapult like picks up a rock and just I'm gonna roll for flavor.
Does that allow me
Did
to
I knock it out?
he just like dunk and just like falls.
I will use mold. Well, can mold earth be used within 30 feet? I'll use my movement to get to 30 feet of him, and then mold earth to freaking restrain the body.
And it just, you see these like shackles come up out of the ground and just around his legs and arms, and his knockout wears off like 10, maybe 12 seconds later. All of you can gather around him within that time. Oh,
I'm checking on my homunculus.
All right. Homunculus. He's okay.
He's all freaking.
Is Ripples good? Sorry.
Ripples is good.
Once I catch up to him,
I assume. Okay, we didn't talk about this, but because Ripples like bit, and we didn't confirm this. Dono mentioned it would technically be a grapple because of a gator. I said no because it's a mini gator. So he did move away after that point, and that's how he was able to get barbecued and all that. Ripples is fine. Ripples is like, not involved in like the fireball or anything like that.
Good.
So
By
what
the
are we
way,
all?
I never
we're all
got to
gathering
get
around
that.
this thing.
Yep. I'm gonna have one boot on its head.
Oh boy. He's just like.
That's unnecessary, but okay.
And the boot is against its head. And he's just like, Russ! Russ! Russ!
And Tesla,
Common.
what are you going to do?
Does anyone speak Draconic?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Nope.
I have no idea what he
Sylvan.
says.
Speak common.
Same.
Not close enough.
Where would I
Primordial.
find that?
Primordial's
Where do you
getting
find languages?
there.
Actually, now that no, I do not.
Proficiency.
Primordial's getting there, but it's not quite enough.
Orcish.
And sounds kind of the same, but a different language families. So no one speaks Draconic is the big deal.
Nope.
This sounds like
Rough.
a dialect of Draconic that Orcish like approaches. It's like Goblinoid Draconic, but because of what these things are, you can't understand what he's like crying out to, or if he's crying out to anything, or if he's just telling you to stop.
I say just leave him tied up.
I start yelling, English motherfucker.
Common motherfucker, do you
Common motherfucker.
Common.
Oh my.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Man,
Nobody understands the words coming out of your mouth.
Oh, I love this group. Oh my god.
That has to be a t-shirt, right? Common motherfucker.
Do you speak?
Yes.
with
That can be a
just Zog
t-shirt.
standing above a goblin.
So yeah, Tesla says we should just leave him because I don't know. This doesn't seem like a attack on us specifically. They probably just wanted some coin.
Probably.
They slashed your fucking head.
Yeah, I
They
know.
came after it seemed.
She seems
to be
fine
that
now.
This was a
After the
deliberate
healing
attack.
word, the gash on the skull kind of closed, and there isn't blood like dripping from it anymore. Still a little bit on your shoulder.
I like to
Probably has some
imagine
dried blood
that
in this.
like
Blood.
Zog's healing is kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbenders, like healing, like water healing.
Oh, like the waterbending healing? I
Yeah.
like that. I have no healing left, but I like that.
Yeah, I like to think that that's kind of like what his healing is like.
If Zog has it, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
as
glad
you
we did it
say,
for that
I think
random
we
guy.
should leave him tied up.
I think we should just leave him.
I think we take him with us, and then we get somebody that can understand him.
You see him kind of like wriggling against the ground, arms kind of caught in the little shackles.
Who do you?
I'm gonna press the boot on his head. Stop squirming.
Okay. Shit, get your foot off my fucking face.
Hey!
Oh wait,
So
he
you do
speaks.
speak
He
common.
speaks common.
Of course I have to speak
That's
fucking common.
nice.
What the fuck do you think?
You're a goblin.
What is this fucking...
Who
Language.
are you after?
We're just marauders, man. Just fucking shit. We just need gold. We need gold to make the keep
Make
the
what?
fucking feds off us.
Who?
We are the feds.
Hey, Sundog, you should search him.
You see his face like immediately
will
like boom,
Make
like
little
eyes
pebbles
go wide
through
as
his-
shit, and he's like, and he just goes,
Oh shit.
To search him, I will make like by using mold earth.
he's
I will-
restrained.
yeah.
If you want,
But
This
this is
is
flavoring. This is just
Magnet
flavoring. What I'm
Wheel.
going to do is use like mold earth to make little pebbles that go through all of his pockets and stuff, and just search his body
okay,
and just kind of push things out.
that'll just.
And
be
by
like a
using
straight
like my
investigation
blind
check.
sense of like which is basically like tremor sense.
Mm-hmm. It's not basically like tremor sense. They are a little different.
Yeah,
Tremor sense is.
I think
sensing
we
through
had
the
like
ground.
agreed
Blind
that
sense
it's
is
kind of the
just-
same thing for him, but
Blind sight is.
eh.
Roll an investigation check. Let's
Okay.
see what you find. Good flavor, but still got to roll investigation.
17.
17. Yeah, that's good enough. The little pebbles kind of start going through his body, and it's just like he's just like.
I find a hole in the
What are
rear.
you doing? It fucking tickles.
and the pebbles just kind of like come back out of each pocket. You find a coin purse, a dagger, do you want the pebbles to like strip him of like armor and clothes and stuff, or do you just?
Is he wearing armor and stuff?
He's wearing like basic like Marauders like cloth leather. Like
can anybody use these clothes?
They're very tiny.
They are small.
The
only one who could even feasibly use them would be Willow, and Willow can't really. Willow, it's not equipped for
Tesla. Can your familiar use his clothes?
Not that big.
No, my familiar is fine.
What about your little gator friend?
You're not gonna take off my fucking clothes, guys.
Silence.
Shut the fuck up. The adults are talking.
And I'm just gonna hit him.
I'm 46.
I'm 90.
And I'm 2, and I kicked your ass.
Wait, what? What did you
many
say?
dumb jokes just got spit out.
He said
What?
I'm 46, and I just said I'm 2, and I kicked your ass.
You people.
And just
But
like
no,
Your worst
Ripples doesn't
nightmare.
need it. He's getting a help.
Oh
Your
my
worst
God.
nightmare. A talking rock in a fairy, motherfucker.
wow, that's powerful.
I love this group.
Also, Monk, you still with us, buddy?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I feel so bad that I've left you out of basically all of that.
No, it's fine. I went off on my own. I did roguey shit. I'm sneaky, sir.
Okay.
This is the consequences of his
you're
actions.
okay.
He can
As long
fucking
as-
deal
as long
with
as
it.
you're okay.
Consequences of his actions.
Yeah.
As long as you're okay.
Yep.
then
No, I am
you're good.
completely okay. It is the consequences of my actions. I went off and did sneaky shit. I was waiting for the group to catch back up before I went any further. I think that when we start back up, I'm just gonna go down in the hole.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh dear.
He's gonna get his butt
God.
kicked by a bunch of freaking 2-year-olds.
We'll get to that. So again, you find. Do you want to strip the armor off of him?
I'll
or
take
not?
his weapon for now.
So you
But
you end up with a dagger.
I'll check
end up
the
with
coin.
a coin purse.
Okay.
The pebbles also find what looks to be just a ring.
A ring. Can
A
I
ring.
look upon it with like archaic eyes and see if it's archaic?
Do you have archaic eyes?
I am literally a floating globe, and in the rules of D&D,
Yes, but do you
arcane
have a feature?
Dippy in the
Dude.
in the DMG.
Yeah. Okay.
You can tell things are magical just by
okay.
looking at them. You just don't know
Yeah.
what they are.
Right. Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Go
a lot
ahead.
of people forget this. That's a thing.
Yeah. The Arcana
Fuck,
check, you
it's a
can tell
10.
if some- 10. That's enough of a check to know that this is not magical. It is a mundane.
Ring glowy.
It is a mundane silver ring.
Silver.
Taking the ring.
Okay.
Wait, I looked down at him. Is this your wedding band?
I'm not married, asshole.
Okay, then we're taking it.
Yeah.
Fucking.
God help the woman that marries him.
He ain't
It's a
For all we
kobold.
know, we already killed the one that would.
Oh.
Rough. That was a nice burn there, Quinlan.
The emotional damage.
Emotional
damage.
damage.
Oh my god.
Can that be the name of this episode?
It is now.
God.
Oh god. I mean, maybe it's a subtitle.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more has happened than just this moment.
I think we should just go. Like, it's really not a big deal. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I think we just.
I'll leave him
carry
with-
on
You do
now.
end up, so you'll end up with a coin purse. You can count the coin purse later if you'd like. A dagger, just a mundane iron dagger. A silver band. Looking at it, if you wanted to investigate it, you could figure out how much it's worth. And you also find what looks to be just a really nice looking stick.
A stick.
Can
Just
can
a
I
stick, a nice straight
I-
stick with a leaf coming off it.
can I something check this stick?
You can make an Arcana check if you'd like.
I just hand the stick to Zog.
Zog has just gotten so used to picking up random things that are like stuck to his boat and whatnot Okay.
Upon touching it, you feel that this wood is not wood; it is metal. It is made to look like wood. And
16.
with a how much? 16? You can tell that it's magical, but you can't tell how or what for.
I just
so you can add wand of question to your inventory if you'd like.
Wait, if I feel it's magical, can I just like Avada Kedavra this shit?
What are you aiming at? What are you aiming at to try to activate this wand?
Is there a big rock?
There's a house that's made out of.
Oh, there's an abandoned house. I'm aiming it at the abandoned house.
Into it or just at the side of it?
At the side of it.
Okay. You concentrate really hard and you thrust, and it doesn't do anything. You feel like you have to speak a command word. You don't know.
Are you okay?
Okay, going back to the Spider-Man reference, I immediately go to Spider-Man 1. Huzzah!
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 Go web, go!
No, go through a few more.
Go web, go!
You instantaneously watch a spider's web come out of the end.
What?
And coat. It is a 10-foot radius spider's web coats itself against the wall.
Oh no!
You have used 2 charges.
Wait, is this not a bit now?
No.
Not a bit? No. That actually happened.
It actually happened. Oh shit.
What would I write then? Wand of Spiderweb?
Spiderweb is something that it can do.
So
you don't know
something you can do in
D&D
D&D Beyond is go to inventory and you can manage and then just create a custom item. So just hit add custom item and then just say random wand and then in description shoots spider webs. Has charges, don't know anything.
On the command word go web go, you can cast what would be essentially entangle, but in the form of a spider web.
Go back to algebra 1, be T minus 2.
Do I find anything?
You still don't know. You still don't know how many charges this one has.
Right? Yeah. T minus 2.
But you get the feeling that you've used 2.
How?
What does that web? What does that wand do?
How do I add it?
I look at the.
Do you want to go up and touch the web?
I look at the.
Not going anywhere near that. You shouldn't either.
The goblin on the ground looks up at what you did, and it's like, how the fuck did you do that? We were trying for weeks to figure out what that shit did.
I don't know. All I said was, I'm not gonna say it again because it might break. I've heard these things can blow up when they run out of magic, so I'm not gonna trust that.
No, do it again, I dare you.
Oh no!
I pointed at him and I said, "Go web, go."
I am standing on him.
Yeah. So an entangling spider web instantaneously covers not just him, but also Quinlan's legs.
Wow.
Quinlan, you are now restrained for 1 minute.
Does the wand blow up?
Well.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
Did you just roll in that one?
2.
Oh shit!
Better than a 1.
It's better than it's twice as good as a 1.
It's twice as good as a 1.
1 is the loneliest.
Luckily for you, you feel the energy in the wand kind of like build as the second entangling web is released, and it like warms up in your hand, and it's just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and it's just like a little spark and a whiff of smoke comes out of the end.
Okay, nobody use this again. I think it will blow up, but I'm gonna keep it as a bomb, I think.
No, you've used 2 more charges and the wand is out of charges for the day. You can regain.
I know this?
So it is 4 charges?
You can make the pretty good assumption.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna write this down for now.
So 4 charges. You regain 1d4 charges per dawn. Actually, it would technically be 1d3 plus 1, but I'm just gonna call it 1d3
plus 1. Okay.
Because you would normally gain back a guaranteed at least 1 charge, but rolling a d4, you get at least.
You are guaranteed 1. Well, no, 1d3 plus 1 is a guaranteed 2 charge.
That is a guaranteed 2. Yeah, you're right. So
if you do a 1d4, just not put it as 1d4, but reroll on a 1.
Yeah. you want to do that, or just keep it at 1d4?
Just call it 1d4.
1d4 is fine.
Yeah, okay.
Just call it 1d4.
Yeah.
So there's 4 charges. Entangle is at this point you know that Entangle is the spell that this web is flavored as.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I feel like there might be more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, we can move on from my double.
You just need it identified to figure out what the rest of it does. So
sounds good.
Okay.
At this point, also you hear the goblin underneath the web just going. What the fuck?
English common.
And Quinlan, your legs are covered in spider web. It's difficult terrain. Technically, at the moment of impact, you would have been restrained because of how condensed this spider web was. But you can just pull your legs up out of the web and just step back.
And
not all
as
over
I
your nice
do,
boots.
I wanna kick this little kobold into this little goblin in the head and knock him out.
Punk. 1 damage. He gets knocked out, and you just hear him.
Sleepy time.
Yeah. Just instantly snoring.
Where are we going again?
South.
We were heading towards the general direction where my competitor is working.
Shall we
We
continue?
should probably find
Supposedly.
Damon.
Does anyone want to examine the coin pouch?
I will examine the coin pouch.
You open it up. You count 15 gold pieces.
Ooh. You can go get so many pastries.
3 silver pieces. And 28 copper pieces. You also got a silver ring.
Is it 28 copper?
Yeah.
3 silver and 28 copper. Okay.
15 gold, 3 silver, 28 copper, a silver ring, a wand of and just a standard dagger. Awesome. So, at this point, you may now freely roam about the cabin.
Cabin?
Unbuckle your seatbelts. No smoking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's illegal. Just a little puff. So, do you wish to wander?
We've been raided.
Hey, we've been raided.
Been raided.
Touch. Thank you.
Vampiric
so
touch
much.
Ent. Thank you for raiding with the 5 viewers.
Thank you so
You
much.
just missed a wonderful combat.
Yes, and us interrogating a goblin.
A goblin, a half kobold, half goblin.
Yeah.
And a lot of Spider-Man references.
Yep.
Yeah.
Found a wand
Which,
that does webs.
As we're walking off, Quinlan is just gonna look at Zog and go, I hope you have a washer.
A washer? Why you're feeling a little covered?
My pants are gonna need a cleaning.
I don't think he owns a washer. You've been on that boat. Yeah.
Tesla has a washer. We'll probably head back to her shop. I'd assume you have a washer.
That takes
right?
a couple weeks.
A couple weeks?
Well, I mean, not weeks. Sorry, the trip took a couple hours, and we're gonna be here for the weekend, right?
I thought you meant your washer took a couple weeks.
No.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. You
Zog
put a
and
piece of
Bradley.
clothing in, and a week later, it's clean.
It is the cleanest clothing you'll ever get.
It has a repellent. It repels dirt after that week.
Oh, it's incredible.
If it's really that important, Sundial can fix you off. He has his.
Oh yeah.
I would say, yeah, that's the fastest way to go.
Mm-hmm. I look at Quinn.
Sundial, would you please clean the web off his lower area?
Sundial, buddy.
Is he malfunctioning?
Sundial.
Let's clean them.
Thank
You
you.
walk away.
You see the web. You see the web just.
I also will collect the excess of web and put it into my body.
You
For later.
have like
So
you have a
very
little
much
ball.
for that.
You have a little ball of spider silk.
Can I add that to my inventory?
About a minute or two later, you feel that spider silk just kind of like dissipate in your body as the magic fades.
Can I start just looking for Damon?
Yeah, if you're wandering out of the outskirts.
I think we've moved on from there.
Yeah.
Is there anything anyone wanted to do in the outskirts? All right.
Just find this dude and confront him.
Damon.
All right.
Damon, we're friends.
You start yelling out, and you, excuse me. You walk past, like, as you are walking down this like trampled path, this like dirt path like road. You notice a couple of forking roads. There's a couple of forking roads. You notice a couple of roads that kind of fork off the main road. There's one that kind of forks off to the left, and another one a little farther down that forks off to the right. Damon, roll. I mean, you've been like hard observing this hatch like since you laid down in this spot. You with your heightened perception being what it is and concentrating fully on this, you hear footsteps coming behind you, and you hear,
Damon! We arm wrestled. We're friends now, Damon. We made a deal. Where are you? I know you're sneaky.
How close are they to me?
They're like 40 feet back and to the left of you. If you're just laying down on this dune looking at this hatch, they're like behind you a good ways.
I'll look at Zog. You're like, I'm
gonna wait until they get to within about 20 feet of me.
So they walk. Okay. They continue to walk on the road.
Real quick.
Do you take the fork to the left, or do you just continue down the main road? We are at 4. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm getting in.
As Zog is screaming, it's like, are we just actually yelling his name, or do we just need noise?
We need his name. I feel like he won't respond to noise.
Because I can make noise a lot louder than I can yell a name.
Same.
But I want to take a ball bearing out of my bag and throw it at Zog as I see him.
Are you going along the main road or taking the left fork?
Are we doing that?
Yeah. Are you as the main group doing that?
Oh, I'm following wherever. Like I'm just
main road. Fork. No, left fork.
Left fork.
That feels Damon-y. He doesn't do main roads.
As you take the left
fork... Can I make a survival check to look for tracks?
Traps.
Make a survival check.
Okay.
Zog, as you take the left fork, you feel a little...
An 8.
against your temple.
Right. The fuck...
You look down on the ground and you see a perfectly shiny metal ball bearing against the dull and gray sand and trash.
This is some fucking... I hate the acid rain here.
I'll go pick it up.
Pick it up?
Yes, I go pick it up.
You have a ball bearing.
I have a ball bearing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'll look around the area, see if I can see where it might have fallen.
Ring a bell.
What's your survival, Sunbow?
It was an 8.
8. You see your footprints, and you see Zog's footprints, and you see Quinlan's footprints. You don't see Willow's footprints because she's flying. You see Tesla's footprint.
And at this point, you would hear the odd chime of a bell.
Hey, thank you for the follow, Planet ADHD.
Nice.
I love that name so much.
Planet ADHD. A planet full of us? Wow.
Woo, that's Earth.
Welcome to our campaign.
Nice. All right, so.
I start following the bell, I guess?
You follow it all the way up to this weird lump on the side of this trash dune.
Damon, are you my lump?
I kind of stand up now that I see them. I said,
The lump
"You guys
stands up.
aren't- What the hell happened to you?"
We had to fight this tiny guy that was
We got
like
attacked.
47 years old.
We got attacked by some thieves, some basic thugs.
Hell.
What have you been doing? Did you take a goddamn nap? We almost died.
No, I followed the kid. He's down there, and I kind of point to the area where the trapdoor is.
You look in the direction of where he points, and all you see is a pile of garbage on a dune, and a little bike handle sticking up.
Good.
Where
smooth
are
and
we in
kills.
proximity to like office buildings? Do I see any kind of commercial? Like, would we be near the area of like the logo?
You do not see
Okay.
any signs or billboards or signage or anything like that around here. And in the
There's
direction that he
noth-
pointed, you don't see any signage or anything either. You see what might just be a hint of a fence, but it's like an old fence, like a
Okay.
disused fence.
So nothing
Not-
like lavender, whatever this way.
No,
Okay.
not around here.
Well, I was gonna suggest when you guys bothered catching up that we go down the hole, but you guys look a little worse for wear.
I'm fine.
We're
I can go
fine.
down a
Fine.
hole. I mean, I have no magic left.
I'm hurting. I don't feel good.
Do y'all want to just like camp? Oh my god, y'all want to go
Yeah.
camping?
Do we even have things ready for camping?
We could go back.
I can
It's
make
only
a
like
tent in
half an
5
hour
seconds.
walk.
Actually, yeah, it is only a half-hour walk. I mean, it's not like we trekked all the way out here to just trek all the way, get attacked, and then trek all the way back. But
Do we
What
want
if
to
they
go
disappear?
all the way back and then come all the way back here later on
That's-
the hope and prayer that it
This-
is?
Damon, you're saying that there's a trap door over here or something?
Oh yeah,
screw
someone
it.
percepted for traps earlier, right?
No,
Oh,
No,
that
you
was
said
for
survival
tracks.
for tracks. Sorry. No,
Well,
never
now
mind.
mean,
I'm
it's-
gonna make
it's
a
a-
perception to make the
No,
trapdoors
no, no,
not
no, no,
track.
no, 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 no.
No metagaming.
But Damon, there's a trap door or something over here.
Yeah, it's right there, and I pointed out to him.
So
You
we
point
should.
the same thing. There's just a dune
Yeah.
with like
Can-
piles
can I
of garbage
do,
on it and a bike handle sticking up.
Can I do a
Pull the bike
perception on it?
handle.
I'm not pulling anything yet.
What in the hell
I
is
got
that?
I'll buy you
really
dinner.
fidgety, and I needed something to do with my hands, so I designed a T-shirt while we were playing.
That is incredible.
What?
Oh my
Look,
god!
if you look at the Twitch stream, or I can just send it to you. I designed a T-shirt. during
Why with
that.
the Disney font though?
Because Willow's a fairy.
It's not Disney, it's Quizney.
Oh man, I gotta redo it now.
I'm done. I'm done. Stream's off.
It is 10:30.
Oh my
we
love
should
it. I
end.
want it. I want one.
Hey,
We're very close to the end.
Yeah.
Zog,
Yeah.
if you pull it, I'll buy you dinner.
And
just go
Ripple's
back.
dinner?
What?
Quinlan is
Would-
just going to like be hearing this and do a perception check and then pull it
because that's who he is.
Zog,
Okay,
do
make
you
the
have
perception
like a
check
normal
first.
weapon?
All right, and that came out to a total of 12.
12. Looks like a bike handle. And
All right,
you
and I'm gonna
grab
give it a tug. You watch as a metal hidden trapdoor, kind of like a cellar door, just opens.
Oh,
And
wow.
you see, like the metal, like corrugated culverts. You see one of those with a flattened kind of plywood footpath going down into the earth
So it's just
from where this door opens.
looks like he was telling the truth.
So Zog's plan. Zog's like, we should camp out by the trap door if it's important, and we take turns watching it throughout the night to see if anyone
What?
comes out. The guy
Why
that
do you
came
want to
down.
camp here?
I'm sorry if you want to trek back and go sleep in the bed. You can. I'm fine sleeping down here.
I would like to sleep in a bed that's 30 minutes away.
I want to camp here because somebody who is robbing and might be working with the asshole that stole your company went down this trap door. And when he comes back out, I want to ask him a couple questions. So I'm okay camping out here.
It's 30 minutes
with
away.
just going in the hole.
I don't want to go down the hole and then all of a sudden we get like killed. So I think we're better off.
Holes.
Trust me, you seem like that kind of guy.
Wow. So, I need a decision here. We are coming towards the end of the stream. Are we camping or are we?
Are we gonna split the party again?
Okay. I'll let you.
Sundial is making notes that Damon likes holes.
Incredible.
Going down in
Sundial is gonna start digging holes with molten earth and being like, Damon,
get in.
For you, God.
I guess
6.
I'll give you sissies a good night's rest. I'll take first watch.
If anyone would like to walk back to the boat, I'm even willing to give you the keys.
I'm not going back to your boat without you, so I guess I'll stay.
Okay.
Gwendolyn's just gonna throw out his mat and start a meditation.
So as you all set up basic camping implements for the night, you all watch and you all pitch some tents and roll out some mats as the sun fully sets, and
quick,
you notice
for flavor, Sundial, because the trapdoor was like trapped underneath of a bunch of junk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sundial will, before he goes to sleep, position himself over the trapdoor because when he's sleeping, he's just a pile of junk.
He's just a pile of junk.
Right.
So if somebody opens it,
they're waking up Sundial.
So you just start sleeping on top of the trapdoor.
Yep.
Yeah. So you just kind of like glomp over, stand where the door is, and you just and just like Lego disassembly noise on all over the top of this trapdoor. And you just like speak through your core like one last time before you head into your stasis mode.
Yep.
Yeah, the last little thing that like Zog does, it sees Quinlan meditating and just asks like, do you mind if I join you, and sits down next to him to do his prayer.
Without opening his eyes or turning, he says, all is well. You may join.
So we got 2 boys meditate. We got 1 stasis. We got a couple of tents being pitched.
Sure.
And we are coming towards a night of rest. So let's try this one. What will our heroes face in the middle of the night? Will there be more to come when the morning comes? We'll find out on the next episode of The Inquisition. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We'll all see you in a couple of weeks. And until then, love you faces. I appreciate y'all watching. And until next time, your adventure is important. Roll your initiative. Bye.
Bye.
Love you faces.
Okay, get out.
Come on.